Okay. Morning. Good
I can't hear you,
afternoon.
bro.
Good evening.
Maybe I'll leave and come back in. I can't hear you, Cal.
Boots on the ground. Okay.
All right.
Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream again. Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Give me a 1 if y'all can hear me. What's up, Jacob Sanjay and the NTZ crew? Shout out to you and Michael Beach of Life. Thank y'all so much for what you do to the channel. All my members, there's Jeffrey Tatter. Thank y'all so much for your support. If you're not a member, you want to consider becoming a member. You get a free members only live stream, members exclusive content. There's Michael Beach of Life. I love LaChon. Hey, Marlon. All my old head. Eric Terry. There's Eric Terry. Jungle Man, Space Cowboy. Your name's been popping up here lately, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Any new viewers and subscribers on here for the first time, thank y'all for joining us. What's up, Earl Teal? Yeah, the theme is back, man, because Moments with Mitch, his secretary, took it off my phone and sent it to me in a different, I guess app or whatever it is, different file. So I can play it when I'm using my cell phone. The peso is 57.57. It's great. It was 57.6 when I went to bed last night. You know, we always have a topic. The Philippines is what it is, and you can't change that. We're going to talk about that among other things. Remember, this is your live stream, okay? We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. Just put it over here, and if I can get to it, I surely will. Hey, Roger, I always want to talk about some of my videos that I did earlier. You know, the one, don't rush to come to the Philippines. Take your time, everybody. You know, we're rushing. You're going to overlook something. Thank y'all. Because my guest said he wasn't hearing me. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you just fine. How about you?
Yeah, I can hear you. We got a special guest today. Everybody's been asking for him, and I bought him back. The Sandman.
The sign.
The Sand Guy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
No, this is really easy. You know, I'm the SWD with the ZPD. Okay. And, you know, I heard Calvin, you know, I heard some good news. You know, they call you Sir. Isn't it nice to be called Sir? I mean, nobody around here calls anybody Sir. Okay. So, yeah, you're Sir Calvin, Sir Robert. Oh, I just love the sound of that. But I heard they're called Uncle Calvin. Now you're breaking the glass ceiling. You've escaped the matrix. You've shattered the ceiling. Uncle Cal. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's what the young guys, you know, they call us OG, Unc, you know. So yeah, I'm going to take that as a compliment, brother.
Damn.
But, you know, I said, don't rush to come to the Philippines. Take your time, do it right. And some guy says, well, you didn't give us any solutions. Yes, I did. I told him to watch the video again, because one of the things I said was start packing and getting ready at least 2 months in advance. More, depending on how long you're going to stay here, but at least 2 months. Some people get ready. They pack the night before. They're rushing. You're going to overlook something. What's up, Angelo Habib? He says, this the guy that got married 1,000,000 times. How many times were you married? How many times were you married?
I've been married 6 times to 5 different girls. But it wasn't all bad.
Yeah. So you married one woman twice. It was so nice
Yes,
you had to go back twice.
Oh boy, and then we couldn't pull the van out of the driveway, she just couldn't let go. Mom and Dad, they were, so onward, on to the next. What are you gonna do? You can't drag her by the hair. You can't drag her by the hair like a caveman. I'm not a Neanderthal.
Okay. Papa Bear says, hello, Calvin. There's a guy in Dumageddon that was online and was telling us that he pays $950, I guess, a month for an apartment. That's crazy money. Has inflation really gone that bad in the Philippines where you live? Absolutely not. Now, if you're going to pay that kind of money, if you were to pay 950 pesos, sir, you'd have basically a McMansion here in St. Carlos City. I'm 4 hours north of Dumageddon. And Dumageddon, I wouldn't pay $950 for an apartment nowhere in Dumageddon. I'm sorry. Okay. You're missing the point altogether when you do that. I want some of that free money, Papa Bear. This is a country of $200 rent. Give it to me. I don't have expensive taste. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Okay. I don't know if he's trying to impress anybody with that or not. But take your time, guys. Pack slowly, pack light. Don't forget your medications. Don't forget your prescription bottles, whatever it is you need. Don't leave the iron plugged up and you're halfway flying over the Pacific. Well, I don't know about an umbrella. I don't need an umbrella. Maryland's always trying to.
But she might need it.
Yeah, well, she can buy her own damn umbrella. Honestly. But they don't cost that much over here. You can get a big one for 99 pesos. That's about a buck and a half.
That's why I'm not packing anything. I'm not putting anything in storage. Whatever I would pay $600, $700, $800 for the year for storage, I can buy over there. You're exactly right.
He says the hotel isn't offering rooms unless you call. Well, that's you bring up a good point, because a lot of people, we're so used to how we conduct business in the West. I wouldn't try to book these hotels online unless I'm using one of those services from the West, like Agoda or something like that. Otherwise, if you go on Malwani and you try to book that, you're probably going to have problems when you show up. I would rather just show up, and if they have it, they have it. If not, go somewhere else. Marlon said, I saw that video. He gave a tour, and it was on the higher end side than normal for the Philippines. I would say so, Marlon. I mean, especially in Dumageddon. Now, I can see that in Cebu or Manila, but Dumageddon, I don't know. Maybe he's up in Valencia somewhere. I mean, how big was that place? If anybody saw that. He said, where's the next meet and greet going to be? It's going to be right here in St. Carlos City. May 2nd, Meg's Resort. Maybe a mile and a half from me. Really a nice place. What's up, Don Ridgway? Going to start from 4 until. I'm paying for the food and the venue. All you have to do, if you want to drink beer, just go to the bar. Whatever. Well, you're not really that late, happy man.
Boy, would I love to be a happy man.
Well, right now it is pretty hot over here. Some over here, and it's El Nino. There's no rain. We haven't had rain. I can't tell you. I can't even remember. It's been that long. If you look on my video that I did about my 3 Filipino girlfriends. The ground is scorched. I've been over here for 3 years. I've never seen the ground out front because there's always a lot of lush green grass and it's always damp. I can see the ground out in front of my house. The frogs are disappearing. He says, what about Cavite? How are those prices? Well, this all depends. You know, of course, when you're up there in Luzon and you're around Metro Manila, it's the weekend, man. Prices are going to be more expensive. A lot of foreigners live in Cavite. You know, but you're going to have to decide what type of lifestyle you're going to live when you get over here. Are you going to take advantage of the low rent and the low cost of living? Are you just going to jump right in with both feet? I say start out at the bottom and move up rather than up and move down. Because if you start up here and move down, that means you're going to be wasting a whole lot of money. Yeah, the humidity is really bad, but right now I feel like it's just like dry heat. It feels like Las Vegas. I only been to Las Vegas one time. It was in June, and it was just hot. It felt like the sun was burning me. What's the temperature out there, Robert, in Arizona?
It's been hot and hotter. It's probably, I don't know, near 90 degrees. It's been. I got the evaporative cooler running to keep it cool in here.
What about the humidity outside?
No, not too bad. We haven't had much rain lately. You know, they had snow up in Montana. It snowed for 3 days up in Montana 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Now, Angelo Habib says, well, lots of places in the Philippines has expensive rent. Well, that's true, Angelo, but that's where we have to do our research. You have to do your due diligence. You can't just show up over here. He says, rent is 875 Canadian. Wow. And it's only an average, maybe above average size house. I see really nice houses advertised for like 100,000 pesos. Well, it just depends on your taste. Let me tell you something, Angelo Habib. You're in Davao also. If you go to Cebu, I've got friends who live in Solanea. Okay. And you can get a good apartment, a good condominium there, anywhere around that area. The Cebu business district, I would say about 30,000 pesos a month. If you want to go that high, if you really like that high living like that. What's up, Freeman Moore? Welcome.
I would like to speak to that for just a moment. Now, you think you're saving money because you're going to save $150, $200 renting a house outside of the central area, but now you're going to pay for transportation. You might as well pay the $400 for a condo next to a Robinson's Mega Mall and just walk across the street, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. You know, it just depends, because some guys are the transportation over here is not that expensive, Robert. Okay, you don't want to get into a spot where there's no buses, which that's going to be hard to do.
I saw you trying to flag them down in Bacolod. You were trying to flag them down. You were standing there for a while.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that was Cagayan de Oro, Robert. It was something totally different because that was outside the port area. Okay. That's a different situation. You're not going to run into that typically. It was on a Sunday morning. Hey, Happy Man 6920, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Rob, I really love the way you hold or write up what you do on the paperwork and hold it up. It's classic Rob.
Yeah, well, I'm going to just with Filipina. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that because I knew I was going to get a lot of pushback on this video I made today simply for the same reasons I said on the video. Dating in the Philippines is easy. It's not hard. Okay. And guys push back on that because they want to think, well, maybe your woman is the exception. Maybe she's different, but the way you met her is not anything different than what anybody else met their woman. Dating, we try to make it so complicated over here.
18 to 80.
It's not
18
complicated.
to 80. 18 to 80.
It's really, really simple over here, but we're embarrassed about it on both sides. Because the woman don't want to think she's easy, and the man doesn't want to seem like a fool. Or you can't get a woman in your own country, so you have to come over here and basically have them.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty. A dime piece for come on now. What are we really? We're trash over here.
See, so
Just saying.
I was gonna get because I'm getting a pushback. I'm telling guys what I'm seeing over here. I'm trying to help you, but you can't help people who don't want help. Let me put it like this. If it was so damn hard, then why is everybody doing it? Answer that. If it's so damn hard, why is everybody doing it? You got men over here who are paralyzed from the neck down, who got damn pieces over here. Explain that to me. Okay? We're trying to help each other.
You gotta
Hold on,
want to
Robert.
rise above the mediocrity. You got to rise above the lame job, the lame woman. Rise above.
No, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Okay? But everybody wants to be the exception. There is no exceptions over here. It just makes the rule correct. Okay? You don't fly 8,000 miles to a place and then it gets complicated. Who does that? But remember, if it was so hard, why is everybody doing it? Okay?
Well, really, didn't you say they see us as a way out?
Yeah, and what do we see them? We see them as a way out too. We see them as a way out too. I was just talking about why do vloggers make it seem like dating over here is so complicated? Because the minute I get up this morning, I'm drinking my coffee, I'm just looking at YouTube like I always do for whatever reason. And a secret's revealed, it says. And then it says, one woman's got, the truth about sex and relationship. Well, I'll tell you the truth. I've been telling you the truth for the last 4 years, okay, about that situation. Okay, you are the prey over here. You're not the hunter over here. I'm sorry. If you think you are, then man, you're out of touch with reality. Okay, the women who date us over here, they're literally hunting us. Okay? Hey, what's up, Dwayne? But let's go on to the topic today, because a lot of times people act like the information I'm giving out is so it goes over their heads, but it's really simple information, man. You know, dating over here is not complicated. Are you breathing? Are you a decent human being? Okay. All you got to do is come over here and you will bear witness to what I'm saying.
Thinking on the fly, run away.
Hey, what time is it, Travels? Welcome. You know, but we always want to push back on something.
Hey, Calvin, can you speak?
No, I'm talking about the exception to the rule. The woman may be exception. The woman may be exception, Thomas. I'm not saying that. But the way he met her is not exceptional. Okay, there's nothing exception about that. Okay. Hey, Blake, thank you. Yeah, it's the land of $200 rent. I would take advantage of that. Michael Beach Life did. I used to rent, me and Merlin, we used to rent a house here in St. Carlos City, $7,000 a month. Now, of course, it wasn't nothing to write home about, But you can find places here that are nice, man, for 10,000 pesos or whatever. Beach of Life lives in a brand new place. I think he paid 7,000 or something. He said, do I need an AARP card to be here? Absolutely not. You need half a brain to be here. Okay. You guys think you're so exceptional because men like you come over here, they chew you up and spit you out. If you ever make it over here, sounds like you just one of them armchair bros. That's all. He says, I'm heading to Ilo at the end of November. He says, the only thing wrong over there with dating is can you afford to have a Filipino in your life? You absolutely can. We're the problem, Papa Bear. It's not the women when it comes to spending and all that. She has no reference, okay? If you with a woman who's only earned 8,000 a month, then okay. What do you mean you can't afford that? You're the one, we're the ones who mess it up, who go overboard, buying women cars who can't even drive. Okay, I'm just telling you the facts. Okay, we do all kinds of crazy stuff, and then we try to blame it on the woman. Of course, once you get a woman you can trust, okay, and y'all got a connection, let her ask you for the money and see how small it is. Okay, but no, we want to be tough. Oh, we're the big captain, save a woman and everything. We go way overboard. They have no reference to know what's expensive and what's not. Yeah, I found Geechee Line a great deal. It's a little bit more than 125. It's 10,000 pesos. So at 57.57, what is that? It's about $179 or something. Well, you can look at it like that, but that $900 a month is going to catch up with you. Okay, because you have to understand Happy Man 6920. He says, some of us, we pay $2,000 monthly rent. So $900 a month at IT Park is kind of nice for us. Well, it's not really. That's what you're going to think when you get over here. Because you're paying $2,000 over there. You're going to think, oh man, that would be like what? Almost 50,000 pesos a month right now.
Can't do that.
And you're going to say, remember, you got to look at what you're getting versus what you're paying. If you pay $900 a month over here, I don't care where you are. It better be something pretty fantastic. Hey, what's up, Cedric? He says, Cal, start too early. But it's late over there where most of my viewers are, Angelo. Well, most of us, the overwhelming majority of us, meet our women online. But it's not that where we meet them. I'm talking about the dating game, Thomas. It's not difficult. If it's difficult for you, it's your fault. Okay, it's because you don't have half a brain. Okay, remember the guy is paralyzed from his neck down. It's not very complicated. I don't like to use the word easy because it offends people. But what else can you call it? It's like taking candy from a baby. If you're having problems over here, you the problem. Okay, it's not her. It's you. It's that simple.
There we go.
But guys want to push back for the same reason that I said, because you're embarrassed. You want to look like you've done something. Oh, I've accomplished something. I went out and got me a beautiful woman, when that's not true. You didn't do it. He says, I like the party starts when you get here video. Yeah, but that's a message, thank you, Ben, that I've been preaching for a long time. The party doesn't start until you get here, guys. There is no party if we don't show up. But they want to tell you, oh, you're not the prize, you're not the catch, you're not the diamond. Calvin's pulling your leg. No, I'm not. Okay? Michael Beach of Life says, rent? I don't know what's going on with your sound over there, Robert, but every time you do something, I'm getting a whoosh noise.
Well, let me shut
See,
my door off.
I think that's what it is. The Beach of Life says rent, electric, water, trash, internet, visa fees. I'm all in 2,500 US per year. Now, this is a guy who's taking advantage of the situation. This is the Philippines, guys. It is what it is. Don't overthink the place. That's what we're doing. We're overthinking it. Come over here and take advantage of what the Philippines has to offer. I want some of that 200 rent. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna come over here, man, and trying to be. Mainly, what we're doing, we're competing against each other. I see these expats. Now, okay, if you don't believe me about letting the Filipina ask you what she wants versus what you want, did you see the American over here? And it's his money. I really don't care what people do with their money, but he makes my point exactly. He built a 220 million peso house. Now, he did that for him. There's no Filipina over here, not even probably the president's wife would build something like that. Okay? He's got a simple wife. There's no way. Okay? He did that. Now will he have a problem selling that house? He's trying to sell it now. I don't know. But that proves my point. 220 million. Come on, he did that. And that's what we do. We're the problem, not her. Yeah, it says, Calvin, you're right. Most of the guys over there, the first thing you want to buy their wife or girlfriend is a piece of land and then use your 401k to build a house. And it's really not necessary. Because if she wants the house and lot that she envisions in her mind is so much different than the one we end up building, Papa Bear. What's up, Mike Dawsonville? Welcome, brother. He said, your wallet better be tighter than she is if you want to survive in the Philippines. That's not true. That's not true, man. The women over here are not expensive. Like, if you get a woman over here that's expensive, that's a red flag. What's the reference? Okay. When the average salary over here is $300. And that's a damn good job, according to Maryland. So what's the reference that she's using to make you spend so much money? Okay, you're the problem, Ramla Man Kuya Dan. That's not true. These women are not expensive, man. They're not used to having that kind of money that we're throwing out there. Okay, we create that monster. Okay, now she goes to the next foreigner. She has a reference because of the money that we've been spending. Now she can call you cheap because of the way that she's going to compare what you're spending to what her new boyfriend is spending. But the first woman you meet, there's no way. I'm sorry. No. He says, yeah, the same guy's back.
Did we get rid of the noise, the problem? Did that go away?
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was, Robert.
That was my evap cooler, I think.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. He says, hello, panel and community. Should I get a furnished or unfurnished apartment? Well, one of them. Okay. He says, should I get a furnished or unfurnished apartment? It will be easier on you if you can find a furnished apartment, especially if you want to, when you have to move or you have to go back home, you don't have anything to sell. Okay. That's a fact. Because it's going to save you some money too, because you don't need as much startup money if you find a furnished apartment. Because these apartments that I put Geechee Land in, I put Oliver in, they're furnished, and it's not old furniture. What's up, 53 Shades Darker? Yeah, the electric bill, Michael, he talked about the electric bill. It's not that much, depending on where you live. Now, we run ours just about 24/7, and my bill last month was 7,457 pesos.
I live
What would that be,
alone.
140?
I live alone in a mobile home, and my utility bill was $311 last month. Why, I don't know.
What time the travel says, I told my cousin when I was in Baguio, my rent was $225 a month. Then he started putting down the Philippines like he'd been here. I called him an armchair bro. Yeah, that's usually what you run into. People who've never been here before. This is how these are people who attack us for coming to the Philippines. They don't realize that, okay, if I'm a businessman and I say, well, I'm gonna move my country, I'm gonna move my company to the Philippines because guess what? The labor's cheaper, the cost of doing business is lower, and the profits are higher. They would applaud me and say, oh man, you're brilliant. But when I do it myself for the same reasons, they say I'm a fool. Make that make sense.
I could rent a house over there for what I'm paying for my utility bill here.
Okay, Florenza Harrell says, my one-bedroom apartment in Edgewater, Isle, was $278 with government assistance. It's $1,600 for people with money. It's very nice, close to the ocean. Yeah, so you were getting Section 8. There is no Section 8 over here. This is what I was talking about the other day, why people won't make it over here. Because there's no Section 8, Florencia Harrell over here. You'd have to pay that whole $1,600. That's not true, Angelo. It depends on where you are. You got to look around. If I show you these apartments, he says, but if you're paying $10,000 or less for rent, it's usually bare concrete, unfinished places, isn't it? That's what I noticed. No, I don't believe you're noticing that. If you go around to these places, man, the Philippines is set up not for you, Angelo. It's set up for their citizens to afford. We just come over here and piggyback off that. It's not set up for you. It's set up for them. That's not true. I can take you to that 10,000 peso a month apartment and you will be shocked. It's got a smart television, a brand new air condition, hot and cold water, brand new hot water heater, by the way, brand new beds. Everything is new. But it depends on what part of the Philippines you're going to live in. If you're living up in Makati, yeah, it probably is going to be that. Okay. Hey, guys, yeah, hit the thumbs up. Give me some support. I'm the only channel on YouTube that talks like this, man, that gives y'all this type of information. Stop taking it for granted because let's get over here, and I'm going to tell you why not to take my channel for granted. Let's get over here, and the Philippines is what it is. Okay, you can't change that. Okay, once you can accept the Philippines for what it is and what it isn't, your time over here is going to be a whole lot better. Okay, but I'll put that 10,000 peso apartment.
Somebody out there has the wallet, and anonymous. Maybe you want your name on a plaque. Who knows? But somebody out there has the dough to start that support center, and if they wait and everything turns to dust, no, do it now. Give some support out there. You've been giving 1,000 pesos a week since 2020, every single week, and some weeks 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. You're
come on, guys. 25,000. It's been, we've given away over 2 million. We stopped, but the point is, not one person has to do it. If some guy already sent me a business plan for the support center, okay, please. But we'll never do it because you can't own it.
Gotta do it, man.
We're so skeptical. That's why we never accomplish anything. Okay, we're always waiting for the right time. There is no right time. Okay. Ben Shepard says, have you seen the guy north of Cebu, in North Cebu, who's fixing up a small house and the rent is only $36 a month? No. But John, Moonshine Shoulders, his first apartment in Southern Lady was $37 a month. 1 bedroom, hot and cold, water, aircon, furnished. $37 a month. It was in the province though. They're here, guys, if you look around. He says, are there black women in St. Carlos City? No, but they're probably, if they are, they're half. I mean, if you want black women, go to Africa, I would say. But you don't need to be, color doesn't mean a whole lot over here like it does in America. Now, unless you're trying to break into the music industry or the entertainment industry or something like that, the beauty pageants, then it would matter. But other than that, Cherie, it's not going to matter. You keep asking that. Okay. You're going to be treated as good as you've ever been treated if you come to the Philippines as a black American woman. Okay. You're going to be a spectacle.
Let's talk about her dreams, let's talk about what she wants.
Yeah. Let's talk about what you want. Don't worry about what other people think and all of that. And, because what's going to happen is, be careful what you wish for. You asking for black women, then y'all going to be getting into it and all of that. Okay? Just come over here and see what the Philippines has to offer. And go from there. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just telling you that sometimes, you got to say, hey, it's 2024, this race stuff, that's the reason why America, man, we're back in the dinosaur days with that stuff. It's getting ready to be, in June, it's going to be 30 years since the O.J. Simpson trial. And it's going to split the country again in America. I'm so glad I'm over here. I don't have to put up with that stuff. They don't understand that the evidence was overwhelming that O.J. Simpson, if he didn't do it, he was there. The prosecutors bungled the case. Those corrupt cops, Furman, number one, and the guy who took the damn test tube of blood, they tried to strengthen the case by planting evidence that they didn't have to do. Okay? We have to follow the Constitution. Okay? This is what people don't understand about that case. Okay? The Constitution says it's best that we set 10 guilty people free, because the prosecution and the police were not playing by the rules, than to send one innocent person to jail. Get mad at the prosecution and the police for letting him go. But don't split the country. It's coming, guys. Watch what I tell you. Hey, Drew, thanks for that super chat. He said, Uncle Cal, support for the love of the game. Man, thank you so much. It's coming, guys. It's a 30-year anniversary. That's all that's been coming across my feed. Oh, did OJ do it? Good and damn well, if he didn't do it, he was there. They fucked the case up. Get mad at them.
I love this shit, man. Uncle Cal.
Yeah.
You broke the ceiling.
That's just over $1 a day.
You shattered the glass ceiling, man. You broke out of the matrix. It's Uncle Cal.
It is. Yeah, you can see it from a mile away. It's coming, man. CNN and all them places, Jeffrey Toobin and all them guys, they're giving y'all false information. They're leaving shit out. That blood on that sock was planted, man. They didn't have to do that. There was enough EDTA in that blood to kill somebody. Okay? They didn't have to do that. If they don't do that, if they don't put Furman on the stand, a racist, number one, who lied, and when asked, have you ever planted evidence, took the fifth, okay, there's reasonable doubt there now. You got to let the man go. But we don't think like that. We're still stuck on, did he do it or not? I think everybody knows that if he didn't, he was there. He had every motive to do it. Okay?
May
But
rest
man,
in
we're
peace.
so, you know, it's just so crazy, man, the way we think over that. Yeah, you armchair bro. That's what he is. Yeah, we all, there's a lot of them got money. Okay, we're rich in the peso economy, Tarzan. See, let's watch these guys today because we don't want this stuff over here. You don't have to have money. Okay, what's your definition of money? I'm considered rich in the Philippines, you clown. Get him over here. That's the problem. They think you have to have money. Didn't I talk about this before? How in the Matrix, money's the only thing that matters. If you got money, you can do anything. Okay, we're supposed to sit there and listen to you because you got money. Stupid. Hey, thank you, Angelo Habib. He said, toward the Sunshine Shoulders. No. Multi-purpose center. This wouldn't be the Sunshine Shoulders multi-purpose center. Thank you, brother, for that super chat. It would be the Expat Resource Center, guys. I mean, this is just an idea. Okay, wouldn't even have to be something fancy. All we'd have to do is rent like a nice place, a nice house, big enough, up and down. You put a pool table in there, television, serve coffee. That some people can come there and just sit around like-minded people when they want to. Hey, where can I find an apartment? Hey, how do I, where's the immigration office close by me? Just to shoot the shit, watch sports or whatever it is. Okay, we need that because other expat communities have it. But the Western expats, we're too splintered. We fight each other, man, over the stupid stuff. Hey, Ben Shepard, thanks for that super chat. He said, I appreciate all your hard work, Cal. You're a unique individual. Hey, thank you, man. I think we all have something to offer. Honestly, especially when you move overseas, you don't have to have money. Yeah, OJ did let it go. This is what I'm saying. They're not going to let it go. He took that to the grave with him. But it's just something to keep us going, Frank, to keep that division. Okay? Just like the guy said the other day, it's like, the Constitution and all that matters except when it comes to O.J. Simpson. It's not supposed to matter. Because Jeffrey Tubin, he's on there because he's selling his book. He's talking about, yeah, but look at all the overwhelming evidence that he did it. Yeah, but you cannot brush aside the planted evidence and all the other stuff. You got to put it all together. The jurors have to see that. The prosecution has to find him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. They didn't do that. Not when you got racist cops who are lying on the stand. The time facts. I still love America. Don't get me wrong. I'm just going to live part-time in the Philippines. The earth is my home. Okay? Period. You can be great no matter what race, creed, color, nationality, agenda. This is where we get it wrong. We're human beings, man. They bleed over here just like you do in America. Rick Hard said that the justice system is not above reproach. They are worse than a guilty man. There's a constitution, guys, that we have to follow. You know, why do you think so many men right now and women are being let out of prison because they were wrongfully accused? Because they wasn't O.J. Simpson. They didn't have all that money in that great defense team. Okay. They went with all the overwhelming evidence and ignored the other evidence. Okay. And you just can't do that. I'm so glad. Right. Okay. Yeah. He said after Rodney King got a beating and LA had a riot, the cops still couldn't play by the rules investigating OJ. Absolutely. Now, Rodney King, believe it or not, okay, we wouldn't believe that police would do that. You know, we always gave the police the benefit of the doubt. We've been telling them all these years, these police, you know, they're racist, they're beating us, they're doing this and that. So finally, Rodney King shows it to him on they don't even know. The police got off, okay, for that. It's okay for police to get off, but when O.J. Simpson gets off, now it's a big deal. Now it's a big deal. They get off all the time.
Damn. It was like 9 guys ganging up on him, wasn't it? Wasn't there 9 guys ganged up on one guy? Man.
I'm just saying, guys, you know, don't be crazy. When it comes to that, think for yourself.
Dude,
Stop letting people think for you.
That made me so ashamed. So
thanks for that. But let's get off of that because that only is going to split us. We don't want to get on that. OJ dead. Let it go, guys. Okay, but they're not over that. Okay. Now, you're never going to change the Philippines. First of all, the Philippines will change you, but you're not going to change the Philippines. Hey, I need travel. Thanks for that super chat. He said, who's the guest? I joined late. Who are you, Robert?
The sign guy.
Where you from?
Well, I was raised born in California on an Air Force base, raised in Montana, business in Arizona, and college in California again, and then back and forth, lived in Mexico for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever been to the Philippines before?
Well, yes, but it's been a few decades back. But, you know, I remember one thing. It was hot. Yeah. Okay, he said, you're talking about old stuff. It's new stuff. It's 2024 now. We were talking about as it concerns to race, Leonard Ray. You can keep scrolling. Okay, you don't have to be on here with that negative stuff because you know what I'm talking about. Okay, you're one of those guys. You're one of those exceptional guys. But let's talk about the Philippines is what it is. We can't change it. And some of the things you're going to see over here. The first one out of the gate is the age gap relationships. Okay, it's no crime, guys. First of all, it's no crime because a lot of people they're coming under attack because they want to choose to date younger women. So everybody gets online and they give their 2 cents about it, right? But no one ever asked the women about it. Let me remind you that we didn't create the circumstances that these age gap relationships, okay, evolve out of. You're certainly the dick police. Stop doing that to people because what you're going to do, you're going to get rid of all the good, interesting channels. And the only channels that are going to be left is these troll-like channels. Okay, be careful what you wish for. Okay. But nobody talks to the women. Nobody asks them about it. It's none of your business who we're dealing with over here. Okay. This is why you're not going to be able to change it. It's been going on for over 100 years. If the Filipino people had a problem with it, they would have done something about it a long time ago. They understand the dynamics involved. Okay,
We need to stay in our lane. Shut the fuck up and mind your own business. But these age gap relationships, you can talk about them all you want. You're not going to change anything. Okay? I'm sorry. You're not going to change anything. So if y'all want to
Hey, Cal.
keep talking about it, it's just a conversation piece. But you're not going to change that. But they want the guys that getting on guys' back. They're trying to get them in trouble, and everything like that. Let the Philippine authorities do their job if it's illegal. If not, man, leave these men alone, man. Y'all going too far. We're bringing the Matrix with us, man. You're destroying our paradise over here with that. Okay? Yeah, but this is just one of the points I want to make because it's don't get to the point of being ridiculous. Okay? We're trolling people. We're trying to destroy people over here for doing something that isn't even a crime. That's been going on for hundreds of years. Who are we? Get off your high horse over there. You have no authority over here, okay, at all. So let's move on. But this is what bothers me. You're the dick police. Talk to the women and ask them, is it a problem?
No, because they admire men who take responsibility. And this is why you have this question, are there any real men in the Philippines? Because she's gonna do it with your approval or not. They are family oriented, and you're if you want to become part of the family, sure, Uncle Cal, right?
No, but we come over here with this self-righteous stuff, this morality bullshit. You're doing something wrong. You just don't show us. It's easy to point the finger at somebody else, but the age gap has just gotten ridiculous, man. It really has.
She has dreams. She has dreams. Everyone has dreams.
Ben Shepard said, my brother told me that I was turning my back on America for wanting to move to the Philippines. You tell your brother that there's no rule that you have to date American women only, and they're not the standard. Okay? This is what's been placed up there in front of us and beat into our heads for years, that European women are the standard of beauty. American women are not the standard. And if they are, that's an illusion. It's a lie. Yeah, rule number one always applies. But man, they really, they want to get you in trouble. That's their content. It's a witch hunt, man. It's like, man, y'all didn't leave these guys alone for real. It's a witch hunt.
Hey, Cal, can I ask you about this time management, a little bit about time management, and what are these three things? What are these three things, Calvin? Can you explain that, please? I would really like to know.
Well, time management, number one, okay, which is the most important thing, okay, that we take for granted, because you don't know how much time you got left.
No, that's
okay,
right.
But we don't manage our time, so we basically just run around in circles. Okay, when you manage it, meaning, okay, I'm going to make myself do more things constructively. I'm going to read for an hour today. I'm going to work out for an hour. Of course, your job manages your time for you. You're going to be there 8 to 10 hours or 12, whatever it is. Okay, but we need to manage our time better to become more productive. It's good for our well-being, less stress. Okay, because we waste too much time, Robert. Some people are sitting around doing nothing. Okay, manage your health. Number two, this is in your hands. You can do it. You can't outrun heredity and everything like that. Eat better. Work out. Okay. But we won't do it. These are the three most important things, but we won't do it. And when you see the guys and the women who are doing it, now we got something to say about them. We're envious of them. Okay, the guy was on here the other day talking about, hey, when you come to the Philippines, why don't you get some professional help instead of trying to do it yourself. And I told him, you're right, but that takes time. We're not going to take time out to do that. It takes time to exercise. It takes time to go shopping for good, to eat clean. Okay. And of course, money. We throw money around like it grows on trees. He said, companionship is not a crime. Okay, so there's an Arm Man festival going on. It's an Arm Man contest going on over here. They're going to have one in, I forgot when they have it in Deval, but they have one just about every year. He said, I applied rule number 1 when the taxi driver last night mentioned Duterte. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Freeman, he says, your brother can't live your life. But just tell him that the earth is approximately 197 million square miles. Okay, it's never written anywhere where it says you have to spend your life on that little dot that you've been existing on your whole entire life. He said, once you get a good Filipino woman, it's hard to date American women again. But you have to understand there's good American women. Okay, there's good American women. We haven't dated all the women over there. And remember, the women in America are attracted to the men over there, the same reason why the women are attracted to you over here. It looks like you're going somewhere. It looks like you got more money. You can improve her life. You can improve her standing. What woman doesn't want that? That's really all you're looking at. But we want them to think, oh my God, there's something different going on over here when it's not. Dating is not complicated over here. If you got money in America, guess what? You're getting the damn pieces. And you're not going to care whether they love you or not. It's the same over here. They think you got money, and that's why they're attracted to you. You can improve their situation. Doesn't matter what you look like. And if you got any sense, you won't matter anyway. Because what's love got to do with it? Love is a broad term. Women ain't gonna love you, man. How can a 20-year-old woman love a 70-year-old man? Yeah, like you, her grandfather. Okay, you a Lola or something, just like I love Curly. I'm not gonna marry Curly. Okay. Well, it's not just him. He says, I don't like the way they talk about the regular guy. I really like his channel. A bunch of haters, jealousy, and haters hating because he's doing better than them. It's not just him, but you're right. They're going to get his. Be careful what you wish for. Okay, you're going to bring heat to his channel. He's got a good channel. We need channels like that. Okay, he's got an entertaining channel. But the point is, he's not doing anything illegal. And if he is, it's not my job to point it out. Okay, let the Filipino authorities do that. But we come over here, we bring the matrix with us, especially Americans, man. You know, we think we running something. Sit down and shut up, man. Mind your own damn business. Thanks for that super chat. He says, older men date young women. Young men date older women. Yeah, and it's no big deal if it's the other way around. But see, here's the other thing about the age gap relationships. We really don't care. We're just meddling. If you care, then help the women and help their circumstances. You can't do it. It's impossible. The need is too great. So leave that alone. It's been going on for over 100 years. Okay, but we just want something to say. We want to meddle with people's lives. You know, you have no authority over here. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, that's the way nature planned it. You don't see any 80-some-year-old women having children, but but an 80-year-old man can have children. Okay. Yeah, but it's really not going on. It's just really a small percentage of people over here making it look like it's a big problem. When you come over here, man, you're gonna see that expats get along for the most part, and you're not gonna see a lot of them anyway. You're not gonna see a lot of expats around here. Okay. He said, Cal, what's up with Franz? You still in contact with him? Yeah, um, we message back and forth. He's just living his life over here, man. This is how most expats are. They don't have YouTube channels. You don't see them, but they're living their best lives, and he's one of them. Yeah, he's doing great, man. And this is the majority of expats over here. They don't have YouTube channels. They're under the radar. They're living a life that they only dreamed about in their own countries. Okay. But yeah, Franz is doing good, man. Hey, what's up, Fresh Aloha? He said, I had some passport issues to take care of. I'll be there in October. Can't wait. Let's see. I had been married 30 years, Cal. I had a good half Japanese and black woman until her friends started to get in her ears when I lost my business. She left me. Yeah, that's life, man. And I hate that happened to you, but it's life. But the women in America and in the West, they want us for the same reason the women over here do. Okay. If women over here wanted broke men, there's plenty of broke men here, but they don't. Okay. That's why they chose you. I'm talking about the Filipinos who date us, not the regular Filipino, because she's no different than any other woman. Americans want American women. White women date white men. Black women, same way. It's no different around the world. But when you come over here, there's a certain segment of society, women, who say, I'm only going to date a foreigner because I want a better life. And he's the only one that's going to give it to me. Okay. And that would be the same way if you were over there. You think LeBron James has a problem with women? I don't think so. Okay. Chris Brown, anything. They can have any women they want, basically. They got so many to choose from. It's going to be the same for you when you come over here, because it's just, you're going to be put in that position. Okay. He said, if you got money in America, be careful because they will have a baby for child support or make a claim against you for a settlement. Okay. Yeah, but that's everywhere. Okay. You think if you have a baby by a woman over here, she's not going to want support? Or you're not going to have to support your children only just in America? Is that the law? No, it's not. Okay, remember, I don't really care anymore. I used to have that argument. Is it a fair playing field? Okay, I don't care if the man is satisfied and the woman is satisfied. Who cares? Okay, that's really all that matters. I'm that basic now. Okay. See, the unspoken agreement is a form of respect. Okay, because if you come out and say what you want, it's going to be cringy. If she comes out and says what she wants, it's going to be cringy. So we just keep it unspoken. Okay. He said you may be able to marry Curly in the States someday. I wouldn't think. I'm going to tell you, I said the same thing, Mike. I believe it. He says, I think the only love is the love you have for your parents, your kids, etc. But between a man and a woman, it's a bunch of bullshit and fairy tales. Not really. It's just love is a broad term, Angelo. You can love a woman, but like you said, I love my parents. I love my children. I love my pets. I love chocolate. It's such an overused term. Can you trust her?
But this is a sign for mama right here. Okay. Yeah. I want right now. I'm going to give mama a shout out, giving mama a shout out. And why? Because mama knows best. And she told you, don't rush, stay fast, live alone. Oh, we don't want to do that. Mama had soul, let's give her flowers. Okay. Let's give mama her flowers.
Yeah, see, the thing about it is, do you trust her? Can you get along with her? If you're sitting around waiting, you'll never know if somebody loves you or not. What kind of test can you put somebody through to tell if they love you or not? But you can put them through a test to see if you can trust them. That love is overdone, man. I mean, it's overused.
Your mother
Agreed,
told
but they're
you
already taken, usually married, at least the good ones I encounter. Well, you got to encounter more, Kamal, because they're there. They're there. Because there's two sides to every story.
Your mama knew what was best for you. And what did she tell you? You can hear it in the echo chamber. Slow down.
It's just, love is an overused term. But let's go to the next one. Food, you're not going to change the culture over here. But we come over here, we want to complain about the food. Look, I don't have any problems with the food over here. I never have. Because I keep it simple. If I go out to eat, then guess what? I'm going to find the place. I'm going to listen to other people who say, hey, man, why don't you go over here, try this out? Because I didn't used to leave reviews, man. I leave a review everywhere I go now. Because they're very important, especially overseas. But you're not going to change it, man. I don't eat balut, okay? So what? So I'm not going to sit around and talk about people that do. I eat dried fish when I can get the right kind of dried fish and it's cooked the right way. But that's one thing that we go over and over and over about is the food and the infrastructure. Okay. If you want good infrastructure, stay at home. Stay in the West. The Philippine infrastructure is improving, and you have to understand it is what it is. I'm not trying to do anything complicated over here.
Chitlins.
Do I got Wi-Fi? Yeah. Okay. Can I fly out of here and fly into here to the Philippines? They got good airports, yeah. Seaports, yeah. Okay. I'm not trying to build an atomic bomb. And you got to understand that they're on, what do they call it? The Philippines is situated on that rim, the Pacific Rim. So every time you look around, there's a natural disaster. And they're recovering. They're recovering. The minute they get recovered from one natural disaster, one typhoon, mudslide, flood, here comes another one. But it is what it is, man. Just find your sweet spot and get on with your life. I go home. I wouldn't complain about it. Mitch Ringo, thanks for that super chat. He said, it's easy for guys to bitch about age gap relationships when judging it through the lens of their own low sex drive.
That's what you want to do.
And they're not looking at everything, Mitch Ringo. No one ever asked a woman. And then when they do ask them on these videos, y'all don't believe them. The woman says, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, it does. You're just with him for the money. We never asked the woman, number one. Number two, it's not a crime. Okay? Number three, they're dick watchers. They're dick police. You're meddling. Okay? Number four, it's been going on for hundreds of years. Okay, long before you were born. The Philippine authorities, if they have a problem with it, they're capable of handling it. They don't need us to do it. We have no authority over here. But for some people, really think that they do. No. You can ask Marilyn now. When the food is done, boom, she calls me in there because she guess what she said? Because you know you like your food hot. Kamal. I eat my food hot. And most restaurants I go to, the food is hot. But even if it is lukewarm, Kamal, you're not going to change it. This is what we're talking about now. The Philippines is what it is. So if it is lukewarm and you don't like it, cook your own food. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, I'll say this. Once you can accept the Philippines for what it is and what it isn't, your time here is going to be much better. I came someplace, I wanted it to be different. I didn't want it to be the same. If I want it to be the same, I'm staying at home. Okay?
Hit the thumbs up, guys. Come on.
What's up? Let's hit the thumbs up, guys. Okay? I've been eating great watermelon. I've been eating great mangoes, apples, bananas. I've got some bananas. Let me show you. These are right off of the tree around here. Hi, hand me those bananas. Let me show. These are right off the tree, by the way. My neighbor gave us some. And they're turning yellow. He picked this off his tree and brought it to us last night. It don't get no fresher than that. Okay? But all we want to do is complain. He said food is good and real better than American plastic food. If all you've had is American plastic food, then you have no reference. You have nothing to weigh it up against. Imagine he picked because we let them come and get our papayas and stuff. Okay, remember I was talking about this the other day. We look down on people like that who still grow their own food and raise their own animals and stuff like that because we don't have to do it in America. He brought that to us last night, man. Those bananas are going to be delicious once they turn yellow. He said, we got a good one with the Lakers and the Nuggets. Oh, yeah, I saw that. But, yeah, the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire. I don't even trust sports anymore over there with the gambling now and all that. And you see what happened to the guy. Who'd he play for? The guy that they banned for life, Robert, over there. I don't really keep up with him.
Pete Rose, Hall of Fame. Pete Rose.
Well, no. They just banned a basketball player. He was betting on his own team and everything. They banned him from life from the NBA. Yeah, the Ring of Fire. He said when I was living in Hawaii, I ate a lot of Filipino pancit and adobo. I think it was delicious. Anybody that comes and stays with me in the guest house, usually I help Marilyn's mother cook her favorite chicken adobo. It'll have you biting your fingers, man. It's so good. And then she makes that sauce. It's so good you can put it on pancakes. And with the pineapples in it and everything. I don't know who's cooking y'all's food. It makes a big difference. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi, but I normally have good Wi-Fi. if I'm not doing a live stream. I've been on here an hour and 15 minutes. But he says you may prefer shrimp more than balut. Yeah, we get fresh shrimp. We have to peel it and devein it ourselves. And it's not frozen in the meat department like at Kroger's. So it's here if you want it. That's what I'm saying, Philippine Paradise. I don't know where they get that at. But we'll find something to complain about. Oh, I can't find a T-bone steak and all that, right? Okay, but let's go to the next one. The gossip. It is what it is. The gossip is over here. That's part of their life. That's one of the reasons that I don't want to learn the language 100% and become fluent. Because I don't want to hear that stuff. Okay, I don't want to hear all that gossip and stuff. Because words mean something over here. Words can get you killed over here. We're in America, man. I don't really worry about what you're saying, man. Get out of my face with that. You a hater or whatever like that. Over here, man, they take it serious. If a celebrity is reading his, comments and he sees somebody trolling, man, they get upset about that. It becomes front page news. But it's just the Philippines. I'm going to stay in my lane. Your woman's she's gonna gossip. When I have my meet and greet May the 2nd, they're gonna be gossiping. When you see all them women get together at that one table, that's what they're doing. Okay? He says, I'm happy just living a simple lifestyle. I don't need to keep up with the Joneses anymore. But it seems to be like that's what we're doing. I can build a bigger house. I got the bigger motorcycle, a better car. Look at my woman. She looks better than yours. We automatically do that because the matrix is still in our bloodstream. But I'm so glad that I've gotten that out of me now. I'm not competing against anybody, man.
Rise above the mediocrity. The lame-ass job, the lame-ass women, rise above.
He said, I like to visit the Philippines, but I would not live there. I would live in Thailand. Okay. And that's really all it's about. You make your bed, you lie in it. But there's no sense in comparing, because when you compare, now you got to put down one place to make the other place look better. You're still on planet Earth. Let me remind you. Okay. And I'm from the mindset that you can have it all if you want it. Okay. Just fly back and forth. It's not going to cost you that much. You want the best of Thailand, get it. You want the best of Philippines, you can have it. Vietnam, Brazil, Indonesia, wherever it is. But I'm just going to sit around and complain and then not do anything about it.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and think, because I came on here, I want some people to show some support. Come on, let's go, guys. There's a members join button. It's easy. $3, $4, $5, $6, $10. Come on, man. Let's show some support. You like it? You want something for nothing? Doesn't work that way. Interest compounded on interest. We're not talking about money here. We're not talking about money.
He says, hey, Calvin, a round trip ticket from California to the Philippines is $800. So it is expensive and it's not cheap. What are you talking about? That's a good price. That's a good price. Okay, compared to what? What do you think? They're supposed to just let you ride on the plane for free, Papa Bear? It is 2024. Okay. I mean, what's it supposed to be? How much is it supposed to be? He said, Robert is a new hype man. No, Robert's been around here almost since day one.
Another way
He's just talking common sense.
Don't miss the earlier videos.
Roger Walker said, Thomas, me too. Yeah. He said, I'd like to know where you got that 800 ticket from round trip. Now, remember, though, is it the Philippines? I already told you that this is the most expensive place to take a woman on a date, because you got to pay for that plane ticket, but then you got to actually get on the plane and make that excruciating 20-hour flight. I'm not disagreeing with you there, but that has nothing to do with once you get here. Okay. He said 800 is a good price. Yeah.
If $3 a month is hype,
He said 800 for a one-way ticket should not take the cheese out of your macaroni. Absolutely. I mean, compared to what?
mm,
He said it's about average right now. He said how
well, I
you
don't.
should do that cheese. Yeah. But you can do that because somebody, let me see, what's his name? Alex, who just left here. He's coming from Seattle. He got a good price, 600 and something for a round trip, but it was certain parameters he had to, construct his departure and arrival. I mean his return trip.
And I would manage to say that person that made that comment, if it was a hot babe, they'd be searching for that join button. Where's that button? Hit that join button.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But see, I like to remind people, my channel really isn't entertainment. It can be entertaining, but it's real life. It's a big difference. Okay? If you want entertainment, y'all know where to go.
And besides, giving back.
Wait, let me answer this. Thanks for that super chat, Bovo. He said, Cal, please explain about chip on the shoulders with Philippine males. What drives this dangerous thing? I don't know what you're talking about. Chip on his shoulders. Where did you get that information for? I don't know. He said, what drives this dangerous thing?
You know what? That person needs to think about the whitening cream, because those guys are looking for the Blanca. They're looking for the one with the white. They're not. We're not after the same game. It's not even on the same playing field.
But he's saying, please explain about the chip on the shoulders with Filipino males. I don't understand what you're talking about. First of all, you are in their country, okay, and they just want the same amount of respect that you're going to expect in your country. But a chip on your shoulder, I don't understand what you're talking about.
I don't understand it either. I don't think he's been over there for a while, because all the people that I met over there, they became like instant buddies. There was no chip on theirs. They were interested. They wanted to know, where are you going? What you doing? What's you up? Are you living here? Are you married? Are you renting? Are you on vacation? What's this chip? There's no chip, man. If anything, they're chipped in to what you're doing.
I can't speak for all Filipino men. Maybe they do have a chip. Maybe they're saying, okay, maybe he's talking about this range 999, and maybe a lot of them have a quick temper, a quick trigger finger or whatever it is, like, okay, because they have a long history with foreigners, especially Westerners. Okay, it could be, hey, you're gonna respect me, because when that happened, a friend of mine, he's a Filipino, he messaged me, he said, Cal, yeah, these guys, they gotta come over here. Before any of the information was out, just the fact that the guy shot the American. You gotta come over here and respect us and respect our women. And, if you're gonna disrespect our women, then he deserves to be shot. Okay? He said all of that before all the facts were out. So, maybe some guys over here do feel disrespected, because we don't seek their counsel. We don't try to befriend them. We strictly ignore Filipino men when we come over here, and you know I'm not lying. You don't have 5 Filipino friends unless it's her brothers or somebody close to her. You don't go out and make friends with Filipino guys. We don't do it because they don't have anything to offer us. That's the way we feel. Okay? But you can learn so much about them, because the woman and the man, they're raised out of the same soil. The man just doesn't have a pussy. That's all. Okay? That's the only reason why we're interested in the women. If you want to find out how different you are from your Filipino girlfriend or wife, hang out with a Filipino man. Okay? For any considerable period of time. And you're going to see how different you are from her. She just has a pussy, guys. You know, let's be honest. Hey, the Sigma Enigma, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Calvin and crew, just dropping in to express my gratitude for the stellar advice. Thanks a ton. Man, I appreciate you, brother. I mean that. Thank you so much. You know, I'm going to say suggestions because they try to label me with that. You know, they tried to, you know, see, that's a dog whistle. Old Dog New Tricks did that a long time ago to me. That's why I don't respect him. Somebody was at, when he used to do his live streams, when I first started out, somebody said, hey, what do you think about Sunshine Show? Oh, he's okay. He just gives too much advice. Like, you don't give advice because he knows the type of people that follow him, see? He knows a lot of white males follow him, and they don't want to get advice from a black man. So he threw that out there like that. Okay, I'm sorry, guys, but no, I don't.
I was watching on your walk. I didn't see no angst. Hey, where's he going? What's he doing? They're interested in us. They want to know.
Hey, thanks, Beach of Life, man, for your support over the years. And see, the Beach of Life is real. You know, if I haven't met you really, you're not real for real because, you know, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way because, you know, that's why I don't pay attention to the haters and the trolls. But Maryland does. Because you're not real to me. He said this after the death in Cebu. That's what you said, Cal. No, I'm saying that just like I've just finished talking, Bova, some men do look at it like that. I can't speak for all Filipino men. Maybe they do think, oh, look at these Americans or Westerners. They think they can come over here and do this and do that. But for the most part, they really don't have a chip on the shoulder because we're welcomed here. If we were not welcomed here, we wouldn't be here, okay? Trust me, okay? But some of them do have a chip because he gave me that impression. You know, some people, you know, they have their own minds. Some men over here, they don't like when we date very young women. My friend told me that. But it's not a crime. It's none their business. And if they're really worried about it, then improve the conditions that create these type of situations. That's what I would say. Even to these women over here that's talking about, oh, you over there with those young women. Yeah, well, there's a reason the young women are gravitating toward us. Fix that situation so you can alleviate that. Otherwise, shut up. Because they're grown and you really don't care. It's just something you can talk about.
Well, it is certainly true that it is certainly true that we don't experience that same struggle. That, you know, the relationship, Filipino man, Filipino woman, they have that common struggle.
Yeah, but that's with everywhere you go. This is why I'm trying to tell guys. You still on planet Earth when you come over here. Filipinos are not from outer space. They're going to act the same way and show those same type of characteristics that you see at home. Most Americans, they end up marrying an American. We can relate to each other. Same over here. But there is a segment of society over here, women, who said, you know what? I want to date a foreign man because of what he can offer me. Okay, a better life. He can help me to escape these inhospitable circumstances, man. That's just so tough over here. They do. Yeah, you know, see, this is one of them Cisco. He said, nobody deserves to be shot for disrespect. I agree with you 100%. But this is one of those shut the fuck up, man, your own business situations with me. Because I don't know what happened, really. I mean, because y'all know me, man, life is sacred to me. We don't know what's on that other side. We don't know about death. That's what Shakespeare said. What little we know of death, life should be a paradise. But we don't live that way because we're not, human beings aren't divine creatures, man. If you think they are, go watch the movie, The Rabbit Proof Fence, and tell me the human beings are divine. Okay? They want you to show some signs, Robert, but I'm not going to put his name up here. He wants me to put his name up here. I'm not going to do it.
Members only, man. Give him a thumbs up. Let's do that.
Well, but what I'm saying is, I'm talking about that would be the exception, Papa Bear. He said, Calvin, that's not true. There are guys over there that have male Filipino friends that are lady boys. Well, I don't know about that. I'm just saying, well, a lady boy would be considered, they're with the woman, they're with the lady boy because it has feminine features from what, when I talk to guys, you don't see them with men. You don't see them laying down with men, even though technically they are men. They're attracted to them because of their feminine qualities. But what about you, Papa Bear? Don't talk. How many Filipino male friends do you have? We can't generalize. I'm just saying, for the most part, them over here, they don't even come in contact unless they're playing basketball, or, you know, they go into a restaurant. Hey, how you doing? Showing mutual respect. They don't hang out with them.
Okay,
unless
so I'm going to
fly to your girlfriend or something like that.
I'm going to flash.
Okay,
right
me and
back
Marilyn
to
have been together.
Let's hear.
Me and Marilyn have been together for 5 years. Okay. I know how, you know how much work her brother has done for us around the house. Great work, by the way. I wouldn't hire anybody else, but I never hung out with him. Okay. First of all, because he doesn't speak very good English at all. And I certainly don't speak Bisaya. If you want to know how different you are from your woman, then do it. Hang out with a Filipino man. You're going to see the truth is going to come to you. And it's not good all the time. You're going to see that the only reason that you're with that woman is because she has a pussy. Okay? That's it. That's the only thing you got in common. You got a dick and she got a pussy. Okay? You can deny it all you want. We're as different as night is today. Okay? It takes a long time, man, to reconcile those differences. That's why the first one doesn't work. The first several don't work.
I'm saying you can be educated, Harvard, all book read, but you know, going to class doesn't mean you can show some class.
Well, we haven't seen him. You know, I'm gonna have Marilyn check on him today because he's in bad shape. And he's not gonna make it too much longer unless he needs to go to the doctor. Yeah, thank you, Paul. See, you know, I just like when guys can be honest. Not these guys who want to be devil's advocates and anything I say, they push back. He said, I just got back to Australia yesterday, and the only friends I had in the Philippines, meaning, you know, male friends, was a girlfriend's family. That's what it's going to be. I mean, I'm just telling you. But by the way, Paul, since you're over in Australia, I'm pretty sure you heard of that rabbit proof fence. But there's a movie called The Rabbit Proof Fence. I saw it years ago, man. It will make you cry. And then come back and tell me are human beings divine creatures. We're not, guys. We're still evolving. Okay? We got a long way to go. We'll never reach that. You got very little in common other than the fact that you're human beings, Philip. He said, so you're saying we have nothing else in common? Very little. You're going to have to, that takes a long time to reconcile, Philip. I'm just telling you the truth. Okay? You don't eat the same foods. You don't speak the same languages. You don't handle situations the same. You're just a man and she's a woman, basically. Okay? It's really tough, man. That's why when people say, oh, is it easy a Filipino is easy. They're really not, man. And you're not easy to them. Evidently, you haven't dealt with a Filipino for any considerable period. I'm not talking about 2 weeks. If you live with somebody, man, you're going to see how different it is. Remember, I tell you that words really hurt Marilyn. Marilyn can go into some of my videos and read the comments from some of the trolls and people who don't like me, and it'll break down in tears, man. That's totally different, man. My daughters read some stuff like that. They'll be back on there fighting back with them or something. They wouldn't even care. But yeah, you're right. We have very little in common. We have to find the common ground, Philip. That takes time. Me and Merlin, we like a lot of the same music. Okay? And then she's going to introduce you to things from her culture that you're going to like so you can bond around that. And the same with you. You're going to bring things from your culture. See, grilled cheese sandwiches, Merlin loves them now. She wasn't used to eating grilled cheese sandwiches like she does now. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's tough to make those relationships work. And when they do, man, it takes a lot of work, guys, okay? I'm just being honest with you.
I want to know, what are some of the signs that, and maybe in the comments, show us in some comments, what do you think are some of the signs that would show that you could trust her with your life? That's what I'd be looking for.
Well, it doesn't really take, it really doesn't take long, okay? But she has to be consistent with it, okay? If me and Merlin's been together for 5 years, and I've closed my eyes around her for 5 years, okay, she hasn't poured acid in my face. She hasn't set the bed on fire. She's never run off with my debit card. She's never done anything to bring any type of harm to me over 5 years consistently, then I can trust her. Okay, when I built this house, she didn't kick me out. Hey, this is mine, okay? I can trust her, in so many things. But 53 Shades Darker says, as fellow men, we need to be cool with each other. Black, white, Asian, or green, don't matter. Doesn't matter. All men are considered brothers in my book. I call all men brothers. Stop hating on each other. Yeah, man, that's a great point, man. But people aren't going to buy that. I don't believe racists are born; they're created,
and they can be uncreated.
So,
I would say to any of my white friends, start by listening to that essay by Martin Luther King, Letter from Birmingham Jail. He didn't have a tablet. He didn't have a computer. He didn't have a cell phone. He had a piece of paper and a pen, and that's all he had. And he wrote that beautiful essay, The Letter from Birmingham Jail. And it has 2 titles. And I'll bet, raise your hand if you can tell me what the other title of that lecture is.
It really has nothing to do with that. What he's trying to say is, we're all human beings. Judge me by my character. That's one thing he did say I agree with. But a lot of things he says, a lot of things Martin Luther King was concerned about besides color. Economics was one thing he was concerned about. Just know that racial stuff is junk science, guys. It's made up. It's not real. There's no proof to that at all. The other proof that your skin color, first of all, you have nothing to do with your skin color. You had it's not like you were sitting up there and said, okay, give me this color. Now send me down the chute, out of the damn ovaries, out of the damn birth canal. Okay, you had nothing to do with that. First of all, it has nothing to do with your character, your intelligence, or anything. Okay, we're all created equal. Think about this. The sperm fertilizes the egg. Nobody's created different than that. Even if you're a test tube baby, the sperm fertilizes the egg. But are we born equal? Absolutely not. Because we're human beings, man. We're animals. We're not divine. We're some dirty scoundrels, man.
You can become I don't have, if for anybody that has any question, I don't have a racist bone in my body. Okay, that's just the way I am. But you have to be programmed. There's some deprogramming that needs to go on. We're just shoveled so much garbage, you know.
Absolutely. I have to agree. I said racists aren't born, they're made. Okay. So everywhere you go around the world,
Programmed.
that message was put out there, whether you believe it or not. And then, you know, a lot of my white friends, they'll say, well, I wasn't born way back then and I don't have anything to do with it. And I'm like, neither was I. But I get with it today. But anyway, go back and watch the rabbit proof fence if you can find it. Thank me now. And then let me know if Americans, okay, I mean if human beings are divine. Hey, thank Rick Hard, thanks for that super chat. He said, every time I go to the Philippines, I bring pounds of cheese. My Filipino brother loves grilled cheese. Yeah, it's crazy. But let's go on to something else. Okay, that we always talk about in the Philippines, the 5-6. It doesn't matter whether or not, okay, you agree with the 5-6 or not. Because people was like, oh, they're taking advantage. It's a crime, it's illegal. Well, over here, it's the fabric, it's sewn into the fabric of life over here. A lot of people, that's how they get their loans to start their businesses, pay their bills. And, you know, remember the Philippines is what it is. You're not going to change that. Okay. One of the presidents ran on that, uh, you know, form that he was going to get rid of the 5-6 business. It didn't happen. But that, you know, that is what it is, guys. He said, tell.
And
Well, he always, you know, we
well,
make him, um, yeah, we'll get to Goldfinger 100. You take the words out of my mouth, Golden Gate. He says, we'll get to Golden Gate 100. Yeah.
you know, I was going to wear a tie today, but I'm waiting for the 100,000 subscriber moment.
Yeah, that'd be nice, Robert. Wear that tie.
I got a tie. Wait, I thought no, I'm going to wait for the 100,000 subscribers, and then I thought, you know, May 7th, no, 100,000.
Yeah.
I got a tie
No,
ready.
I'm not. He said, Calvin, are you connected to your Wi-Fi extender? No, maybe that's the problem. No, I cut that off. But sometimes now I've got okay, I don't know why. I'm going to have to get a new router really because they've got actually two Wi-Fi. One is like the fiber 5G, and then one's like the fiber 5G 30. And sometimes it fluctuates from one to the other. I don't know why they have those two like that. Yeah, he's the guy behind the curtain. It's crazy. But yeah, you know, the Philippines is what it is. If you come over here and understand that, and it's gonna take you a while. You're gonna stop complaining. Your complaints are gonna go lower, lower, lower. You know, everything's slow and methodical over here. You're not gonna change that. You're not gonna change the fact that the woman's gonna count your money 2 or 3 times at the cash register before she gives it back because of course she's gonna be held accountable for that money at the end of the night. It's different than in your country. Hey, I'm back. Okay, yeah, Cisco says that time. Come on, man. What's wrong with these dudes? I don't get the attraction they have for Cal. These are armchair bros. You know, these are grown men. I would hate for my father. I would be embarrassed if my father was somebody like that. Would sit on his computer all day and troll people and stuff like that. He said, what you say is true. I remember when Mr. T said that children play together and don't think about color until it's teached. He said, you never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done. Yeah, they're going to count it for you, Mike. You know I'm telling the truth. Yeah, they know. This is how we can, see, this is a great point right here. This is a great point right here, see. This plays right into what I'm saying, Freeman Moore Dib, when I say, let the Filipina ask you, don't you go out trying to buy anything, because she knows exactly what most things cost. And they don't have any reference. So, okay, if I would have gave Marilyn, if I said, Marilyn, go on over there and get the motorcycle. Remember when I met Marilyn, Marilyn had I want to say a Suzuki 125. It was nice. You know, Marilyn keeps her stuff clean. She takes care of it. Now, it didn't have any rearview mirrors on it. That's the first thing I bought Marilyn, I think, when we were together. But anyway, I'm the one that said, no, this isn't good enough for you. Let's trade it in and get the Honda Click. She would have kept that thing, even though she overpaid. She paid too much for it. She didn't have a choice. Okay. I'm the one that did that. We're the problem. Not that kind of water, you know it.
Come on, let's see that 100,000 subscribers. I got a shirt and tie. I'm ready to go when we get the 100,000 subscribers.
I'm gonna use that when I work out.
I want to see the 100,000 subscribers.
Most Filipinos, they do know what things cost. And that's why you're not going to have a problem over here if you let her buy things. I promise you, man, most women that we deal with, they still buy stuff from the okay. If your woman is buying stuff at the mall, man, that's a red flag. That's telling me, you know what, you probably have been with a foreigner before, you know, you're rich already. Because I promise you, man, they're getting their clothes from okay, or on Facebook. One of these, you know, online sellers, man. They're not going to the mall. He says we definitely have to change ourselves to the Philippines, no doubt about it. Yeah, and then if we're realistic about a Philippine drink paradise, we don't really have to change that much. We're still on planet Earth. There's still human beings over here. You don't have to eat balut and all that other stuff. Okay, get in where you fit in over here. It's really not that hard, but yeah, you're right.
I think I'm fucking joking, man. This ain't no joke.
Excuse me. It is facts. They do know how much stuff costs.
100,000 subs tie right here, right there.
Let's get it. And that's why they only buy cheap stuff. Okay, they can't think. Okay, when I first came to the Philippines, I don't know if I ever told y'all this story before, but I'm pretty sure I did. I came with my wife. My wife already had some land in Cebu land. I don't know, maybe it's 100 square meter lot. We wouldn't even have to buy the lot. Okay. But they couldn't wrap their minds around it. Around me spending 1 million pesos. Okay. It was just too much. They couldn't, you know, they couldn't wrap their minds around. They couldn't conceive of that. And so I asked the mother, I said, well, how much do you think we should spend? You know what she said? 100,000. Okay. Pesos for a house. Yeah, Robert, Michael Beach of Life said, man, you might want to change your air filter up there. It's looking kind of old.
No, is it? Well, no, that's covering the filter from the outside.
So what
I'll
happens?
tell
Why
you.
is it dirty like that?
I'll just say something about filters. You wouldn't want to be in Japan with that radiation. That was the most dangerous job on the planet, changing those filters.
Now, Angelo Habib's got something here. But here's the thing, though, Angelo, about this. He said that Kenny Rogers Roasters is good stuff. It is, but here's what I found out. It's not consistent, depending on which one you go to. Now, when we were in Cagayan de Oro, man, it was delicious. So it made us want to eat at other places. But the one in the Kenny Rogers in SM Mall is trash. Okay. But you're right, because I love that little cornbread they got. I love the macaroni and cheese. You know, they really do have some good food. The one in Cagayan de Oro. But we liked it so much, we sought it out when we were in Cebu last.
But that piece of cornbread's about this big. That piece of cornbread's about this big.
Yeah, I always get Marilyn always give me hers because she don't eat it. So I get two of them. True Church, thanks for that super chat. He said, if I have a VA appointment in the States, can I do it at the embassy in Manila? Well, here's what you got to do. They're not actually on the same grounds. It's a little bit further down the street, but you have to make an appointment. You have to sign up online, True Church, for the VA clinic here and also the foreign medical program. You can't just walk in. And then you can add, once you get signed up and everything, then you can correspond with them and ask them this question. Okay. But yeah, the Rabbit Proof Fence, guys. It's a great movie. He said my wife's the same way. You know, Marilyn, you know, I remember one time I took her to Cebu. She was pregnant with Booby. And I spent like 3,000 or 4,000 pesos on clothes, which is a lot for them, okay? She never wore any of that stuff. I mean, she never wore any of it. Okay, he says you have to have a VA disability rating. Wow, thanks for that. Yeah, he said Grumpy Joe had some of the nicest Western style food. Food has never been a problem with me in the Philippines from day one. You know, because pancit really isn't too much different than, you know, and then, you know, they make their own fried rice. They'll make it for breakfast with the leftover rice from last night, and then they'll put ham, they'll put eggs. It's good. But I've never had a problem. I've never complained about the food over here. It's only so much you can do with chicken, beef, pork, and fish. I mean, I don't get that. I mean, I understand what y'all say about a lot of this cultural stuff, but you don't have to eat it. You can try it. Maybe you'll like some of it like I did, the dried fish. I didn't like it at first. I love it now. The shrimp paste. It's a lot of stuff I like here now. The sweet macaroni, the macaroni salad here, man, I couldn't wrap my mind around it when I was first introduced to it. Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, I backed off from that. Like, nah, I can't imagine. They put, you know, cream, and then they put evaporated milk, and you know, all this stuff in it. Fruit, you know, mixed fruits. But then when I finally tried it, oh man, it's delicious.
I like the banana ketchup.
I don't know,
Now
guys. I just can't.
You can give me some pushback if you want, but I'm going to promote you until the last breath. And I'm just telling you, are you watching the shorts? Because if you're not, you're missing out. That's the bonus round. That's the bonus round.
It is.
You want some key information. If you're missing out on the shorts, you're missing out on a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to say, give me some pushback. I don't care. Watch the shorts. Where do you think I get my information?
Okay. Now he says, I love all Filipino foods, except I'm not keen on corn and vegetables in halo halo. It's an odd taste. Yeah. Now I don't have any vegetables, the corn. But here's how I eat my halo halo, Paul. it has to be with real ice cream. Now, we had a place here in St. Carlos City. It was called Sol's, SOL apostrophe S. And man, did it have great hollow hollows, because that's another food I would not touch. But when they made it with real ice cream, it changed the whole dynamics. They put cornflakes in it, different little fruits, and then the corn, which I didn't have a problem with. Wasn't no vegetables though.
Do
I
these
was able to
people,
eat it.
do they understand the work involved in creating content? Do they really understand? Or everyone would be doing it?
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing about the dating in the Philippines. It's not, it's easy. It's not hard. And people push back because they're embarrassed, okay? They want you to think, oh, I'm really doing something over here. But if it was so hard, then why is everybody doing it? It's the flip side of that. If it were easy, everybody would do it, right? But no, over here, if it was so hard, then why is everybody doing it? I mean,
Because
there's
the
people over
overnight.
here with cerebral palsy. There's a guy over here with cerebral palsy that's got a woman, okay? He's even got a channel. Yeah, he said black beans and some. It just depends, because one thing you're going to find out about the Philippines, wherever you go, okay, they're going to cook their food differently. Each island is going to cook their food differently. Okay, remember I told you her mother cooks the adobo with pineapples and different things like that. Well, if you go down in Iloilo, it's just as good, the adobo, but they cook it different. If you go to Cebu, it has more, it's not as sweet as it is here and in Iloilo as you start, see, we're in the Western Visayas. So it's the same with halo halo. Hey, W Secrets of Success, thanks for that super chat. He said, just tuning in. When is Robert moving to the Philippines, Robert?
Oh, God. You know what? We got fire station number 5 on one side. We got the TMC Medical Center and the sirens and the Hellcats, and I'm going deaf. I'm going deaf. I can't. What did you say? I'm sorry. Maybe hopefully before I go deaf.
Yeah.
Damn sirens, day and night.
Well, these guys, he said, who is this clown? I really don't know. I'm just saying that these guys like this, you wonder, y'all think I just be on here talking. This is a consequence of growing up in the Matrix. We never grow up. They won't allow us to. So he thinks this is fun and games for him.
You gotta rise above the mediocrity, man. You guys are living mediocre lives. You're sitting you gotta rise above the mediocrity. Speak to that, Calvin. Do you feel like you're living a mediocre life? Do you feel that? Do you feel mediocre? No, you've risen above the mediocrity. You got to rise up.
Derek Casanova Sr., I finally saw a picture of you, man. Hell, you are Filipino. In your little profile picture, because me and him, we chat all the time. I thought you was a black guy, man. You are Filipino, really. I mean, you're half Filipino, I think, right? Or your grandfather or somebody. And you can see it. I saw the picture on this guy's got a tremendous Facebook group. It's called Brothers and Sisters in Thailand. I mean, he helps a lot of people. I mean, it's really like a resource. If you go into Thailand, he's really created something. He's 1/4 Filipino. He's black, but you look.
God, okay. To answer the question, how to get rid of the stuff.
There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it shocked me when I saw your picture. I was like, wow, he is Filipino.
I'm just going to give it all away.
If anybody's planning on going to Thailand, I would go to his Facebook group, and it's got a lot of information. There's a lot of people over there. See, it was from his Facebook group that I knew. See, remember when Zoom to Thailand was talking about they're following us to Thailand? Derek Casanavas was way before that. It was following his channel that it clicked to me like, wow, it's a lot of black women going to Thailand. And he'll vouch for me. I just simply asked the question, why so many black women going to Thailand? What is it about Thailand and you're not going anywhere else? And he had to take it down because, they came at me when I really wanted to know the answer. But it was far. He's way ahead of his time with that because he's got thousands of women on his group. And it just, it piqued my interest. I was like, wow, it's a lot of black women going to Thailand. He said, Cal, with all due respect, can you ask Robert to pace himself with the signs? I'm an old radio man. My ears are ringing. Yeah, slow down, Robert, a little bit. He said, radio guys are the best.
Okay,
he said, Cal, have you ever thought about going to Malaysia or Vietnam? Yeah, eventually we will. I want to take Maryland around, and plus I want to go around too. But I just haven't, right now, I really want to see more of the Philippines. Man, imagine, I've never even been to Palawan yet. I haven't been to Puerto Galera yet. I haven't even been to Surigao yet. There's so much that I haven't seen here that I want to see before I start going out anywhere. This is why I tell guys, man, be careful, man. Before you write the Philippines off, you haven't seen this place. Nowhere near. Frank Ellis said black women love the infrastructure. Yeah, it's an easy trip. It's an easy introduction to Southeast Asia. I can say that. With all honesty, it is. He said, I love you, brother Robert, with respect. But it is.
Think on the fly. If you're not thinking on the fly, you'll end up back. You'll go back home. You'll go to Thailand. You better be thinking.
He said, Papa Bear said, Calvin, why do so many black women want to go to Thailand? You never answered the question. I never got the question. I never got the answer. But the guy just said it. Frank Ellis, he said they love the infrastructure. It's the place to be right now. A lot of us are followers in the West. If you see somebody else do something, you want to do it. And Thailand is an easy introduction to Southeast Asia. Okay, and it's the hip thing right now. It's always been hip, but it's really hip now. For people who are making their first trip out of the country, they choose Thailand because, the infrastructure and everything.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a good thing I'm going deaf. Putty cow. Oh my God, please, no. Thank you. No, thank you.
He said, what other places are good to do your exit visa? Well, you got Thailand. Hong Kong is pretty close to here, about an hour and a half. Singapore, Indonesia. This Southeast Asia got a lot of great places. Vietnam, like he said, Cambodia. You can go to Guam. Hell, Guam is 3.5 hours. That's like an island place. Yeah, he said, man, you can go anywhere in Southeast Asia for about 200. So many options. It is. Yeah, Thailand has, great food, rooftop bars, and things that women have, plus shopping. Yeah, it does, and like I said, but there's a lot of places, though, Derek, in between the United States and Thailand that offer all of that. I think they want to come to Southeast Asia, period. And Thailand's a hip place, man. It's been the place to be for a long time. Same with the Philippines. He
A
said
little
they
more
mad at Richie Mack
conservative.
got a damn. Yeah, those guys are dick police. I don't care what who you're dating, why you're dating them, what the age gap is. It's none of my business. Those guys are jealous, really, is all it is. What else could it be? Why would I worry about who somebody else is dating, what they look like, where they come from? Okay, I don't get that because no. Hold on, big dog. Now I've got to push back on this. Okay, he says Thailand is safe. You must have your head on swivel in the Philippines. That's not true. I
Man,
mean, like I said, I don't
see,
say it's safe for everybody. I say it's safe for me. I've
I
been over
can't
here
see
for
nothing.
15 years. Nothing that resembles a problem here.
It ain't
Okay,
safe
for
for
me.
me. I'm gonna be driving on the other side of the road. I don't know, man. My left-right brain
Yeah,
isn't gonna
yeah.
figure out.
Now you can say a whole lot of other things, but say I don't know, it's more foreigners dying in Thailand, maybe because there's more foreigners going there than will ever die in the Philippines. Okay, but no, I can't say that.
Hey,
Not for me.
Calvin, can you give us
The,
that? What's
the
the next
Guam, I
meetup?
have to agree with you. It is expensive. The next meet and greet is May the 2nd here in San Carlos City, Meg's Resort.
Megs. MEGS. Megs.
Yeah, MEG apostrophe S. Meg's. They used to be one of Maryland's clients. Yeah, a lot of celebrities go to Thailand and stuff like that. It's just that I'm gonna tell you something. The difference being, here's the real big difference why you see more Americans and different things like that going to Thailand. You don't see any marketing and publicity for the Philippines over in America. If you see something on the TV about the Philippines in America, it's always negative. You never see any promotion about Boracay, Palawan, or any of that on American television or anything like that, like you do Thailand. Okay? It's always something negative. So that's why people like me and different others, we're important to get the word out about the Philippines. Okay? But the Philippines is just so spread out. You know, there's golf in here, you know.
Well, let's give Meg's Resort a
Yeah,
shout out then.
I'm one of those guys, Derek. You can have it all. Okay, you don't have to have one or the other. Imagine a person who's smart enough to who's got it figured out. You know what? I found my sweet spot in Thailand. I found my sweet spot in the Philippines. You know, or Vietnam, because Thailand is close. Actually, Vietnam is closer to the Philippines than Thailand. And of course, they really get close when you get over there.
I'm sure Marilyn appreciates you having the meet and greet there. You know, it's a lot easier on her with the kids and everything, right, Calvin?
Well, I appreciate it more. You know, I should have just kept it here to begin with, you know, and made it like it become a big event. I do, you know, because I'll tell you something. As you know, one thing about vlogging is they try to make a celebrity out of you. See, I'm uncomfortable with that. I don't want to have to hire a bodyguard and all of that, but some people really need that. You know, because whether people like you or not, you know, they want to make you a celebrity, or they want to approach you and all that stuff like that, man. It can get uncomfortable. So I feel safer here in San Carlos City. That's all I'm saying. He
I worked
said, you have
security
to remember
for
that in
Warner Bros.
Thailand, weed is legal. They really don't care about the infrastructure. Well, no one ever told me, like, well, what do you mean the infrastructure? What are you really talking about? What's so good about the infrastructure there that isn't anywhere else? You know, people always use that word infrastructure, man. It's overused. There's some whatever you can do in Thailand, I can do it here. Okay. And I'll argue with anybody about that. It's just that I'm still on planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't get it when they talk about the infrastructure. Hey, Marlon Alvarez, thanks for that super chat. He said, when you traveled back in the day and had to do a layover, did you have enough time to visit that particular country? If so, which one? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. When I used to come to the Philippines, I would only get my trips would be like 21 hours. And when I got into Japan or Korea, I only have like an hour and a half or two. Then I'd have to be on my way to the Philippines. But some places do have that, where if you got a 12-hour layover, you can take a tour in South Korea. Yeah, that's a good question.
I was hired by Mrs.
He said, I must say that the people in the Philippines are very personable and friendly because they have a history with us. Okay, with most, Westerners and Americans. Okay, whether you think it's good or bad.
Calvin, I got your 6, man.
Hey.
I was hired by Mrs. Jack Warner at her mansion to provide security at the Warner Brothers Studios. The real deal, bro. I got your 6, bro.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying that my appeal is that I'm just a regular guy, and anybody who's ever come here, I'm just a regular guy. Okay? I'm gonna stand
in the breach.
That's just really who it is. You should, as a vlogger, we're vloggers. We're not really entertaining. I'm not Michael Jackson. I'm not David Chappelle or anybody like that. But we want to make everybody a celebrity, and that can be dangerous. Because you got your haters, and then you got your fanatics. It's a damn shame that Filipino P has to put on if she came to San Carlos City, wouldn't nobody know who she is. Okay, but because she's in Dumaguete, the young lady has to wear a disguise. That's pathetic, man. Okay, it's really pathetic, guys. We need to think about that. Okay, there's no reason for that. Okay, all right. Firefly says, I agree with Cal. Infrastructure is overused excuse. Philippines has everything Thailand has apart from transport infrastructure. Yeah, they don't have. They're getting the fancy subways and railway systems. They're in the process of building that. Go up in Angeles City right now. Okay, but they do have good airports. They've improved on them. Remember, there's only 2 ways you can get in and out of the Philippines.
Can you see?
Booby.
I had Uber.
What?
I Uber.
I don't know what you're saying. See, sometimes she speaks Messiah to me. I don't know what she's saying. He says, apart from transport. Remember, there's only 2 ways you can get to the Philippines: by air and sea. If they were bordering other countries, I'm pretty sure that the roadways probably would be a lot better. That's just my take on it. But you can only get in, by air and by sea. But I do think this infrastructure thing is overrun, man. Is Thailand more modern? Yeah, but it's Thailand. It's not the Philippines. They don't have the same history. Everything's not equal, so you can't compare them.
It's a kingdom, and you better not disrespect the king. That's the first place you don't want to be, is disrespecting the king in any way.
That nobody wants to talk about, Robert. It's a kingdom. It's real. If you think that you have limited free speech over here, try that shit in Thailand that nobody talks about.
You better shut the fuck
they'll
up.
lock you up for saying certain things. You really got to watch what you say over there. He said, I came to Asia for the tall buildings and bridges. This is my point, Thomas. You made it very clearly. I don't come to the Philippines for the damn infrastructure. Okay, Derek. He's going to the gym. He said you do have to keep your head on a swivel in the Philippines. Where? No.
The Kingdom of Thailand.
I don't understand. There's a reason for, if you don't see people running up on you in Thailand, begging and all that like that, because like he said, they're in the kingdom. They probably don't play that.
They ain't playing.
Okay. But to say that you have to keep your head on a swivel, where were you? Man, I haven't been a safer place than San Carlos City, man. I mean, I've been to go to Ormond, you can just go. I don't know where you guys are hanging out. This is the reason why I tell people when they say, hey, is it safe over there? I say it's safe for me because I don't know where you are going, Philippine Paradise, where you got to keep your head on a swivel. What's going to happen to you? Where did you go? Basilan? Holo Salud? Marawi? Where? Where'd you go?
No, they got their head on a swivel for us. That they want to know.
They got floods there. See, people don't talk about the floods that Thailand gets. He said infrastructure fact. They don't have brownouts in Thailand. Yeah, but they don't have brownouts everywhere here. When the last time they had a brownout in Cebu or Manila? If you worried about brownouts. There's places you can go where there's no brownouts here. Okay? But they got them floods. It's a lot of things that, see, this is what we need. We need the nitty gritty on Thailand that we don't get. All you get is the sugar-coated bullshit about Thailand. It's time that somebody gave us the nitty gritty. It ain't everything glorious about that place, man. Stop it. Okay? Stop, guys.
Even if you have money. And who is that megastar, the kung fu guy that they found? He hung himself. You got money and you're hanging yourself in Thailand? I mean, there's got to be a problem.
It's a lot of foreigners that hang themselves over there. Believe it or not, I can't find this. That's why I don't talk about it as much anymore. But expat suicides are #1 in Thailand. Okay? Per capita. All right? It's a lot of people that get murdered over there, man, from the authorities. You don't see it here. They got serial killers over there in Thailand, man. I was just reading about it. And the families of these victims, they're angry because the authorities want to sweep it under the rug. But there's signs that there's serial killers over there that are targeting foreigners, mostly UK, people from the UK, because a lot of them go over there.
They let a bunch of people out of prison several years ago that were in prison for using kratom, and people are buying that crap here. I don't know if, for pain relief or something, but they got a lot of people out walking on the streets that were using that stuff. So I don't know how safe that would be.
Yeah, I know some Messiah, but not the thick stuff. Yeah, you can enjoy them both. But my thing is, Derek, they're really not comparing the countries. They're really comparing the women. Because why would you compare two countries? That would be like, if you're going to compare Thailand to the Philippines, you might as well compare the United States to Thailand. I mean, to the Philippines. You'd be better off comparing Thailand to Singapore or something like that. But I mean, there's no need to do that. But I'm just saying, I would like somebody to give me the ups and downs, the ins and outs about Thailand, because you don't get it. There's no place there's a utopia. But you don't get it. All you get is the sugar-coated party all the time. Let's smoke up, drink up, the women and everything. You never get. One guy was talking about the kingdom, and you better watch what you say. over there, and he said it's almost like being in a North Korea. But nobody ever talks about that. He said you can't even post negative reviews. But you know, we need more of this, Derek, because people have lost their minds about Thailand. If that was the case, hey, I'd be over there. Okay, all right, okay, all right. Compared to what? Wandering Doc, where have you been? Have you ever had, you're just going by what people say. Have you had a major operation in Thailand? Okay. You guys are going by what you're hearing. You're not going by personal experience. Everybody's got an opinion. Okay. It doesn't mean anything because it's got faster internet than the USA.
This might be
fast enough. If it's fast enough, what difference does it make? But it suffers from over tourism. Every 5 feet, Wandering Doc, you got some drunk ass foreigner over there. Now it's overrun with Russians. I saw on my buddy's channel, Patrick P. Rock, they're harassing him. He comes into the restaurant, he's not even pointing the camera at them. Here comes some Russian, giving them the finger and all that. Man, Thailand's not all that, man. Come on.
How many tourists are hitting Thailand compared to how many are hitting the Philippines? And you're just going to get a rush. I mean, it's not.
He said my head was on a swivel watching ass in the Philippines. Yeah, that's the only time your head's gonna be on a damn swivel. Man, you guys are crazy, man. But it don't matter if you think that, you know, Thailand's better than stay in Thailand. But you're not going anywhere in Thailand. Bumps and bruises exposed that. He said, Cal, I don't know where all these experts come from. They're only going to a handful of places over in Thailand, but they speak like they really know Thailand. Same with the Philippines, man. All the vloggers you get, all you have to do is go to the Philippine Department of Tourism. But the vloggers that you're listening to, myself included, man, we don't even see, man, a speck of the Philippines.
Is the chocolate man? Is he still putting out content in Thailand?
He's in America. He's in America now.
Okay, well,
he's in America. He's the chocolate man. He's the chocolate man in a van. But hell, if I wanted to cherry pick over here, I could go to BGC, Makati, in the Central Business District, in Cebu. I could just go to all the fancy places and make the Philippines look like a utopia, because that's all they're doing. They're going, what? Pattaya. They're only going to a few places, man.
Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just saying, you know, a lot of the stuff, I'm simple. That's why I like it here. Okay. This is why, you know, you could probably throw all that fancy stuff at me all day long, and I'm going to be like, well, I don't care. I'm not looking for a condo with a sauna. That's what he says. He's looking for a condo with a sauna. And because he can't find it, he says that, do you realize that you walk outside, damn it, you're going to be in a damn sauna. That's probably the reason why you're not going to find it here. It's 110 degrees in the shade, but you want a sauna? Walk out on my damn driveway. You're going to get a sauna, but that makes him say, oh, the Thailand's better than the Philippines. This is the crazy stuff I deal with, man. Come on, guys.
Boy, you'll never forget it. You walk out, you take a shower, and you walk outside the door, and 5 minutes later, you can wring your shirt out with, you know.
And you know, I respect guys. I respect Richie Mack, his brand, what he's doing, but he's an entertainment blogger. We wouldn't clash. That's why he hasn't invited me on. So I'm not going to invite him on my channel. He doesn't invite me because we don't make the same type of content. He's like an entertainment, like a celebrity type of guy. He might have anybody on his channel. See, I'm gonna say something that's not gonna go with his story. A lot of those guys' story. It doesn't mean their product they're giving is wrong. And man, but to them it's more about party and come on, let's take tours and I'm living the highest life I could possibly live. I'm talking to a whole different audience. We like night and day. Don't you know? Those guys know I'm over here, Frank. I'm not gonna kiss anybody's ass. They come over here. They don't reach out to me. What makes you think I'm supposed to reach out to them? It's all about respect. I respect him, but they're not gonna want me. They're not gonna want me on their channel because I'm gonna give them the nitty gritty. It's not all sunshine and rainbows in these places.
The floods, the insects.
Yes, all kind of stuff. Yeah, but okay. They have the same thing over here if you want to look at it. But, if you like all that stuff, Wandering Doc, why are you over here? Why don't you go to back there?
What the heck is going on here?
Outdoor fitness, man. They got all that here. But I'm not going to argue with anybody, man. The Philippines is what it is. It's not Thailand. And the minute I found that out, man, my life has gotten so much better. That's what the whole vlog is about. It's not Singapore or any of those places. Okay? But there's a reason that tourism continues to grow over here in the Philippines, man. Go to Surigao. Go to Siquijor Island and see all them Europeans over there that wasn't over there before. People are just now finding out about the Philippines, man. That it's not all dangerous like the Western media is portraying it to be. You don't ever hear that about Thailand. That's why you got 49 million people over there. I don't want to be around all them people. That's too many. Because there's always going to be some kind of argument. But there's nothing wrong with that, I don't have a problem with anything he does. He's a very successful vlogger. But he said bring Richie Mack on. Why? When he wouldn't bring me on, he's brought lesser channels from the Philippines on, okay, way less. Okay, actually trolls a man. So, I don't have anything against him, but I'm not going to bend over, okay? No, there's nothing wrong with that. We're not wrong with that, but when you're comparing, that's not what you're doing. You're comparing one country against the other, Wandering Doc. Go back and read the Wi-Fi is faster in the United States, let alone the Philippines. That's wrong. Nobody wins with that. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. Well, they're never gonna say anything bad about Thailand. Nobody does, because you better not say anything bad. Derek Casanova just told us why we don't got those channels over there. Because they be put out of the country. So that's why you got guys that all they say is good things about. What is the weakness, Wandering Doc? You didn't say it. All you're talking about is how fancy Thailand is. Give us something you don't like about it that maybe we won't like about it. Yes, it's 60 days now, but if you fly in and out, there's no limit. If you fly in. Now, if you do the land, this is what Living Abroad was telling me, because he goes over there all the time, Alex. Because I said, isn't there a limit? He said, not if you fly in, Calvin. He said, there's no limit. But if you go doing the land, if you do the visa run, yeah, Philippines is a lot easier.
Hey, Calvin, can I throw something out there, because this is pretty important, and it's really interesting to me, because you got the bike ride to Bacolod coming up. Okay, all right. And where does that bike path end? Huh? Where does that bike path end?
Well, it's going to end in the minute that I get to Bacolod. I may have to find um, it's like a mutual place.
How many kilometers?
But he's talking about the dangers of Thai women. But yeah, but what about people go to those places for other than women? This is what, when people compare the Philippines and okay, he says, Calvin, can you explain again what Alex said? Alex said that, okay, if you fly in and out of Thailand, there's no limit to how many times you can come back and forth. Okay, you can stay 60 days, but then you have to leave. I don't know how long. What was it? 1 day or whatever it is. Then you can come back if you fly in. You can do that every 2 months, but that'd be expensive. He said, land-wise, you can only do it twice a year. But these guys are telling you that there's other ways you can do it, but you got to pay. It may cost you more. But he's talking about Thai women. There's other things that people go to these places other than for the women. Okay, Ozzy said, bad part of Thailand, some Thai are racist, and the floods in the rainy season. See, that's all we want to say, man. We just want to, it couldn't be all good. But if you're a Thailand veteran and you realize, oh, here's what Thailand is and here's what it isn't, I can deal with all that other stuff. Okay, fine. But at least put it out there. See, I've never heard that Thais are racist. See, I never heard that. You're the first one said that to me.
Okay, you're in the Philippines, Sir Calvin, Uncle Cal. Are they gonna call you Sir Calvin, Sir Robert, Sir Thomas, Sir James in Thailand? I don't think so. Pass. I'm sorry. We got more respect. They love us. Why not go where you're liked?
He said, what type of visa? I want a tourist visa, which is all I need, because I can stay here 36 consecutive months, long as I pay my visa fees. You know how much you can get accomplished in 36 months? You're certainly going to find out what you like and what you don't like about a country. You can get settled here. I don't want to be jumping through hoops and everything every 60 days or 90 days or whatever it is. Are they going to force me to buy a retirement visa and all that? That's why a lot of the younger guys are coming. I met a young guy, me, Michael Beecher Life, and I forget, what's the guy's name, Michael Beecher Life, we were with when we met the young guy from London. He came to the Philippines. He said he's a digital nomad because he could stay here longer. He said, I got tired of jumping in and out and, doing the visa runs and all that. Robert is in Arizona now. Yeah, right. That's what we were talking about earlier. Okay. But because racism is so antiquated and everybody with half a brain should be able to look through that, you should be able to deal with racism. Now, discrimination is different. Hate is different. Hate is different than racism. We get them mixed up in America. Okay. I can deal with racism in America because we got laws against it. If I can prove beyond a shadow of doubt, beyond a reasonable doubt that you're racist, then I can sue you or whatever it is. Okay. I know how to avoid all of that. I've been dealing with it for a long time. Racism is no big deal to me because I'm not trying to get into the entertainment business in the Philippines or, the beauty pageants and all that. If I was, then I'd be worried about racism and discrimination. But because I don't, and I can see the ignorance behind racism. Imagine you're in 2024 and you actually think that the color of somebody's skin has anything to do with their ability. Man, that's a mental health issue. I would say that you need to see a psychiatrist or something because you know that you're thinking screwed up. So I can deal with racism. It's nothing. He's been at one time. He's been at one time. I just have Robert on because he's a long-time subscriber. He's a friend now, and people are asking about him. Where has he been? Okay, so I brought him on. Well, he says, okay, let's break this down. He said the Filipino retirement visa is a ripoff except for U.S. ex-military. It's not. See, this is where you're wrong because you don't buy the visa. You put up a bond. Okay, so it means that you're not going to be a ward of the state, but you can get that money back. Okay, whenever you decide, hey, I'm getting married now, so I get a 13A. I don't need the SRV. So now, give me my money back.
I'm gonna help answer that
It's
question.
not like that in Thailand. Wait, let me finish this, Robert. My train of thought. If you buy an elite visa, if you get an elite visa, you pay for that. You don't get that money back. Okay.
He brings me on because I entertain the entertainer. That's my job. But aside from the fact that I'm not going to shrivel up and die and cry to mommy if he hits me with a fastball, it's the hot seat, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is what everybody should do.
Hurt in the butt.
Because some guy asked me, he said, Cal, do you think I should hire a tour guide? I'm like, why don't you just meet a woman online, man? Let her act as your tour guide. Because this is what Big Doggy says. I hook up with a native before I enter the country, wherever he's going. To serve as my tour guide, massage therapist, bather, and temporary spouse. And a lot of people do that. Because remember, if you come over here, why do you think when you come to these countries and you say, well, how much do you charge? They're going to say, oh, it's up to you, because they have no reference. Okay, they have no reference. They have nothing to wear it up against unless they've done it before. They've done it several times. That's why, you keep pressing them. Well, how much you charging? Because you're going to overpay.
I remember
the first time. He's not making me look bad because I'm my own man. He's a friend of mine. I bring him up. He's not doing anything, guys. What is he?
Listen,
I don't understand. Are y'all just being trolls? I mean, what is he doing?
It's the first time, that when I come over there, I didn't want to leave. I go into Delta Airlines. I'm sitting there for 4 hours. Please let me stay another week.
Yeah, Big Dog, colorism more than racism. Either way it goes, it's ignorant. It's ignorance, okay? Because, whether you're in Thailand, which is a brown country mostly, Philippines, a brown country, for you to hate yourself and you want to look more like your oppressor, okay, that's a sickness. That's something that should have already been taken care of in your life, in your mind, in the teachings, in your indoctrination or whatever it is. But that's on you. That's a mental health issue. Okay, greatness comes in all shapes, sizes, colors, nationalities, and genders. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't hear nothing else I say, that color bullshit is for the birds. Okay? There's, I mean, really, guys, I don't like to talk about it because it's so ignorant. I can't.
My manager trainer was a black man, Jenks Morton, Sugar Ray Leonard's manager. That was my manager trainer. I missed my pro debut. I got in a bad car accident and I missed my pro debut. He was a black man. This chief of security where I worked was a black man. My best friend in high school, there were 750 graduating students, senior class. There was one black kid, Vernon Black was his name. We were buddies, man. We had the moves. We did everything together. His brother was up there at Rocky Mountain on the All-America team, and we just hung out together. It's just, I'm just not racist. That's just, I want to know, I want to learn, and I'm going to go where I can learn things. That's why I'm saying, why aren't you guys watching the shorts? You should be watching.
Well, if you're 40, 50, 60 years old, even 30, your life experience should already show you that skin color has nothing to do with it. Okay. Only in the political arena and all of that. But as far as somebody, okay, my mother raised us like that there's greatness in all shapes, sizes, colors, nationalities, and genders. Okay, but I wasn't really able to see it until I started going to school with white kids in the 6th grade. And I was just as smart as they were. I could run just as fast as them, think just as, quick as them, the whole 9 yards. We were equals. And from then until now, if you still think that stuff, or you just hate somebody just because of their color, you don't know them, you don't know anything about them, their background or anything, you're just going by a lot of that foolishness, man. I don't want to be around you anyway, so yeah, stay on over there. Okay, if you're going to put me, okay, because as a black man, I've got to be compared to the Hitlers of my race every single day, no matter how great I am. Okay, I don't get any breaks. But if a white man goes out there and shoots 20 people, it's an isolated event. He's mental illness. It's not a reflection of all whites. See, this is what I don't like. This stuff should have been, as a society, we should have put our foot down a long time ago. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you dying in there, and they bring you that blood in there, you don't stop and say, oh, is this blood from a white man, black man, Chinese, Asian? Do you? No, you don't. You take that blood and you live. Okay, or the doctor who's saving your damn life. Okay. Oh, I don't want a black man touching me. Okay, well, die then. It's old, antiquated, guys.
My last wife, beautiful woman, she was half black. She was beautiful. You wouldn't know it. You had to sort of look at her grandmother was from Cuba. She cut sugarcane in Cuba. Am I going to marry a black girl if I'm a racist? Come on now. I admired that woman. I admired the family. I admire you. I admired the people that I associated with. And I'm going to tell you, you are known by the 5 people you associate with.
And the last 5 books you read. Okay. but you don't have to explain yourself, Robert. It's apparent. It's apparent. Okay. I don't want anybody around me that thinks like that anyway, because that sort of negative thinking, man, is going to interfere and it's going to contaminate my thinking. Okay. I can't trust you, number one. But when it comes, a lot of us, we don't even know who the damn pilot is on the plane. So you think, you get on the plane, you find out he's a white man. Well, I don't know. I don't like white people. Well, how many planes you have to get on before you get a black man or a woman or whatever it is? Come on, guys. It's just it's too old. And when I was 10 years old, I always told my mother, I said, Mom, I'll be glad when I'm grown because, so we can be done with this racism stuff. I told my mother that when I was 10. Here I am, 60 years old, trying to explain it to Maryland and saying, oh, I never thought my children would have to put up with this foolishness because they put up with it over here, man. It's one of the things that disappoints me about the Philippines. I know that my daughter at some point is going to have to deal with that, and it's a damn shame. They're going to look at our skin. How sad is that? Okay? So that's all I'm saying. He said, I miss John so much. Well, everybody does. John was a way of counterbalancing me. But people like John don't come around every day. Okay. You got too many phony people. People aren't gonna speak their mind like me and John. Okay. That's the bottom line. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people miss John. I certainly do. Because I can't find anybody that's gonna go toe to toe with me and not be afraid of the backlash. John didn't give a damn.
Man, when you would play my best memory of John, rest in peace, John Wales, a real diamond. My best memory of him when you were playing your Sunshine Shoulders theme song, and he's the real nitty gritty. I just like laugh my ass off. He was a funny man.
Me and John behind the scenes, we'd go after it all the time because John was a big Trump supporter, which I don't care. You can support whoever you want to. But some of the issues he used to bring up, like he wanted to get rid of disability for people. And like, John, just because a few people take advantage of the system, you're going to make the overwhelming majority of people who really need disability payments.
I could apply. I could apply for assistance with my electric bill. I don't apply for the assistance. I'm not on food stamps. I don't apply for assistance. I'm not.
But guess what? But guess what? You should. You should. You paid for it. That's what you paid for. That's the same argument I had with my wife when when her boyfriend wrecked the car, my new car, by the way, and she didn't want to take it to the insurance company. Guess what she said? Now I'm an insurance man. You was married to an insurance man for 18 years, and she told me, they said, they said they're going to raise my rates. Well, what you been paying $200 a month every month for the last 5 years, lady? So, it's the same way, Robert. You paid into the system. If you need it, you take them benefits, man. You ain't got nothing to be ashamed about. That's what it's for. So what are we supposed to spend our tax money on, Robert? Just the military? Because that's who's getting the most of it. The military. It's not food stamps. It's not AFDC. It's not disability. It's Uncle Sam.
Those 310 missiles and drones that attacked Israel a few days ago, to shoot those down was $100,000 each shot.
Absolutely. Okay. So would you rather your tax money? This is what when they complain about how the tax money is spent, then you ask them and say, okay, so what do you think our tax money should be spent on? People had a fit when they gave those stimulus checks out, right? I'm like, okay, so what is our tax dollar supposed to do? We paid into that. And they just about died when they were giving people $300 a week or something. What was it? Was it $300 a week? Unemployment. And I'm saying, okay, now the pandemic happens every 100 years. So for all my life, what was I, 2020? So I was 56 years old. I'm paying into this unemployment insurance, and I'm not supposed to benefit from it ever? Because some guy over there who doesn't read, who doesn't have half a brain, is complaining about it. This is what Americans, where we fall off the track. We get into these stupid discussions like that. People are afraid my mother calls that foolish pride, to accept benefits that they're entitled to. Okay, that's all I'm saying. He says the problem is some folks, blacks and whites, don't want to see that both can actually be cool with each other. They don't want it. I got some cool white brothers. I got 2 biracial kids. It's 2024. Yeah, but you got to realize we're being led around 53 Shades Darker. The media influences a lot of your thinking. You're not even thinking for yourself over there. They want that divide. Somebody profits from that. Okay, you got to be stupid if you think that your skin color makes you more intelligent, more entitled than the next person. And then the flip side of that is You got to be ignorant to hate yourself so much that you want to look more like your oppressor, like the person who's trying to destroy you, who's trying to hold you down. Okay, and that goes on around the country, man. Okay. Yeah, it's baked in, man. It really is baked in. Yeah, you earned your Social Security. You earned it all. Yeah, that's where all the tax money goes. But nobody complains about that because they'll even try to turn that argument around at Woody Lights. Oh, you're against the soldiers, great men and women. No, it has nothing to do with that. We're talking about the military-industrial complex. We're not talking about the soldiers who put their lives on the line for us. I don't know what you're talking about. What's your view on the Philippine what? ABD? What's that? Because remember I'm shut the fuck up and mind your own business. I'm from that community. I have no idea what the laws is over here. And what's that? What's ABD? Tell me that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Anyone who says the best way to solve a problem is to stop talking about the food. 100% right. Because now all we're going to have is that old information floating around out here. Hey, Modoc, rough stock. Okay, yeah, that. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the United States building up all these bases and stuff over here. See, that's going to make a lot of the bad guys mad. They're going to wake up a lot of the bad guys who are sleeping right now. Okay?
Okay.
You see what I'm talking about. You're going to see when all the United States military gets back over here and all those bases are where they're trying to get them to, they're going to wake up these bad guys. Okay? Because they're over here. They're just going to give them an excuse to strike. That's what I'm worried about. Because I might be traveling somewhere, me and my family, and one of these extremists, trying to make a point against the United States government over here. Okay.
That's why you're not going to see a retaliation with Iran on that strike. You're not going to see it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because China is getting their oil. You want to see oil go from $80 a barrel to $160 a barrel overnight? Imagine what happens then.
Well, it's a lot of. They said, Cal, the government paid us $600. Who did they pay that? Who got that much? And unemployment, $450 a week. Okay, even if they did, that's a lot of money, but I don't think they paid you that much. Not in because I have this argument with John. Okay, the people who take advantage of stuff like that, they're always going to be part of society. You can't get rid of that. But regular people are going to say $300 a week or whatever is not enough for me to live on. I don't want to take advantage of AFDC and food stamps. Normal people, which is the overwhelming majority of us. Because the media had you thinking people didn't want to work. What people? Who's going to sit back? They wasn't given $4,200. See, that's false information. And giving account money every month.
Hey, Calvin, what's the date? What's the date of the next meetup?
May 2nd. May 2nd.
May 2nd. Okay.
Now, I'm with you on here because people always telling me, Cal, you can get 10%, you can get this and that. I don't need it, guys. I don't want to take benefits away from somebody who may need it. Okay, just because I can go, because you on that carrier, I know it affected your hearing. It probably did. Okay, I'm not talking about that. That's something totally different. But if I had to collect unemployment, which I've never collected unemployment, I would, because I paid into the system all those years. And then if I need it, of course, I'm going to accept it. I'm not gonna be stupid. Yeah, people say that. People say that they're colorblind, but they aren't. Not if you grew up in America. Yeah, you aren't. Yeah, Meg's Resort. But yeah, guys, I got to get off of here. Well, yeah, but see, here's what I'm saying. I didn't receive 4,200 a month, Papa Bear. You did. You were very fortunate, because very few people that I know received that. Would I have accepted that? Absolutely, I would have. But you're making a point right here. He said, because they made all of us not go to our jobs. Okay, see, we didn't cause the pandemic. Okay, or the lockdowns. So any benefits that you would do, you should have gotten it. And what they want to do is they'll take the minute fraction of people. Remember, it's like the drug war. You only see the guilty people, the people who were caught with the drugs, with the guns, with the money dealing on TV and sent to jail, because now you're thinking, oh, this drug war is real, it's working. Because you only see the guilty people. You don't see the people who were falsely accused, okay, who were found innocent. That's not going to be a good advertisement for this drug war that they spent $1 trillion on, Papa Bear. And it's the same thing with all this other stuff they talking about. What's the one where they did the PPP? So everybody thinks it's a scam because they show you 5 or 6 cases of people in the news who did wrong, not the millions of people who actually deserve those benefits and who done something with the money. Okay, come on, guys. We gotta, start thinking for yourself. Yeah, but I don't know of anybody, Wandering Doc, who received that. Is anybody on here that received $4,200 a month unemployment? I certainly didn't, because I certainly deserved it. Okay? But I surely didn't. Maybe because I didn't sign up for it. Well, okay. Yeah, and see, this is, okay, let's talk about this. Corporate welfare that nobody ever wants to talk about. Whenever they're being bribed into opening up these factories in your city, they're giving millions, billions of tax-free dollars and everything like that to open up. That's welfare. Okay, remember the money that you claim America sending to the Philippines and different places? It has a lot to do with their interest, guys. They're not just sending that money over here to benefit Filipino people. Very little of it is. It's to protect their interests in these countries. But because you don't read and you're only being led around by your nose, you don't realize that. You think, oh, America's sending all this money to these other countries. Why don't they take care of their own people? They're taking care of their interests in these countries. The people get very little of that money. Yeah, I didn't receive anything either like that. Okay. I got those stimulus checks. Yeah, guys, I'm going to get off here. Thank y'all so much for your super chat, super sticker, making this an interesting live stream. Robert, you're always welcome back, man, no matter what the haters say. Okay.
I'm cool.
I don't see too many. I watch the YouTube channels. I don't see too many guests that's so lively and entertaining. They're sitting there talking the same stuff. Oh, this is why I left America. They give a damn. You left America for the same reason I did.
You want the bonus round? You want the bonus round?
Take care, everybody.
Uncle Cal's shorts.
Stay safe. Stay out of trouble.